criminal intent and crossing Jordan. Now for Cynthia Potter and Lewis Johnson, I'm Ted Robinson. Thanks for being with us. So long from St. Peters, Missouri, and the 2004 U.S. Olympic Diving Trials.
14 people competing for the chance to star in a major motion picture. The next action.
Lately, it seems that the road to the Super Bowl travels through Europe. Carolina's Jake Delhomme enjoyed the ride last year. The year before, it was the Bucs' Brad Johnson in the driver's seat. In fact, when you include Kurt Warner, 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls have featured starting quarterbacks who got their careers in gear in NFL Europe. Half drove off with the ultimate hardware. Live from Gelsenkirchen, Germany, where both the football game and the party seemed about to break out, we've got the championship game of the NFL Europe League. It's the Berlin Thunder and the Frankfurt Galaxy going at it in World Bowl 12 right here on Fox. Hello again, everyone. I'm Kurt Menefee, and yes, all these players are here playing for this trophy, the World Bowl trophy, signifying the champions of the NFL Europe League, but they're also playing for a job in the National Football League. In fact, last year, 12% of all the NFL players had at some point come through this minor league system here in NFL Europe. No spot more spotlighted than the quarterback position, where last season 8 of the 32 teams had a former NFL Europe veteran playing at quarterback, making 26 total as starters, including starters in each of the last 3 Super Bowls. So as I send it over to my partner, Brian Baldinger. Baldy, this obviously is a quarterback-friendly league.
Kurt, I think we have 2 more names to add to that impressive list of names in the National Football League that we're going to see out here this afternoon. Rowan Davey of the Berlin Thunder from the New England Patriots is the league's best player. The league's offensive MVP for good reason. Through 19 touchdown passes, only 6 interceptions. But more than that, he's got everything it takes to be successful in the NFL. On the other side tonight, J.T. O'Sullivan from the New Orleans Saints here playing for Frankfurt is the second best quarterback in this league. And he's got a very live arm, he's smart, and he's accurate. But the reason why these guys are here today, Kurt, is because these guys have had a clipboard in their hands for the last 2 years. They've had a headset on. What they haven't had is a football in their hands. This is how you play the game, with the ball in your hand, with the feeling out here in the stadium tonight. Live feel, live ammunition. That's what they've gotten a chance to do this year. Almost 600 snaps of throwing the football in live situations, and they've benefited by it. They're going to go back to their teams this summer, and they'll be ready to compete for the number 2 quarterback position. But, Kurt, bigger than that, we got a championship game here tonight. I mean, these are the 2 best teams in the league competing for World Bowl 12, and it's going to be exciting. So I'm taking it back up to you, Kurt. I got to get off the field and get ready.
These 2 teams have combined to win the last 3 World Bowl championships. Whose turn is it today? We'll find out with the opening kickoff live from Germany right after this word from your local Fox station.
NFL Europe is brought to you by AT&T. Now there's an unlimited number of ways to come together with and from AT&T. And by Coors Light. Unleash the Rocky Mountain cold taste of Coors Light.
There's just no limit to the great things and brings together. And now that includes an unlimited array of unlimited calling plans from AT&T. And can take you wherever you want to go, right from your home phone. Come together with and from AT&T.
I have told a ridiculous lie to back up a friend's ridiculous lie.
I've just ordered a Coors Light for everyone in this bar. Put it on my buddy's tab.
I have used my dog to dry my hands.
I have no idea what this girl's name is.
I have dated a girl for her brains. Big, huge brains.
Great achievements deserve a great beer. Unleash the Rocky Mountain cold taste of Coors Light.
I moved to Earthlink because I need answers fast.
Hurry, I think it's gonna fall off.
I moved to Earthlink because I need to stay ahead of things around here.
up your internet with Earthlink dial-up featuring Earthlink Accelerator. Call 1-800-839-2988 and get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price. Web pages load up to 5 times faster than regular dial-up, so you get what you want faster. You also get tools to help block all the stuff you don't, like pop-ups and spam.
I moved to Earthlink to keep up with him.
Get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price. Call, go online, or visit these retailers. Move to Earthlink. It revolves around you.
I watch football in the springtime. I watch football in the fall. Oh, I watch football in the winter when it drizzles. I watch football in the summer when it sizzles, baby. I love football every moment of the year. I love football. My, oh my, do I love football. NFL Network's here, baby. Ooh, yeah.
One play at a time for 60 minutes. And don't worry if something bad happens. Remember that. And don't get too damned excited if one of us breaks something and makes it a great play. Right? Sir. Let's just play on an even keel and play excited. We're a happy goddamn group, and this is our shot at our triple crown.
Brother Bingham. Everything. That should do 2 things. Work hard to win it. Work hard to win it. Then enjoy your teammates that you're playing with. Let's take a miss, right? Touch somebody.
Kurt, in that locker room, players have all the emotions. But one thing that you know, looking at Rowan Davey there warming up, is that you only get so many chances to win a championship in your life. And you never want to let anything slip through the cracks. So these teams prepared like crazy today. Emotions at a fevered pitch. The atmosphere is a championship atmosphere. It's a great-looking stadium. Big crowd's going to be loud in here this afternoon. This is exactly what you want to play a championship game in.
Well, the Berlin Thunder won the championship back in 2001 and 2002. Last year, it was the Frankfurt Galaxy. They'll get a chance to defend their title, receiving the opening kickoff as Jason Willis takes it to the 9-yard line. Fighting out to the 27-yard line before Willie Ford brought him down. And there is J.T. O'Sullivan. You mentioned the New Orleans Saint quarterback here. Missed the previous 2 games. The last game he played was in Week 8 against this Berlin team, in which Berlin won that game 31-27. The Thunder also won last week 41-0 against Frankfurt.
Well, they've been without their leader. You know, and on every team in the National Football League is looking for the quarterback to be the leader and their best player. And they've missed him the last 2 weeks, and the team has suffered as a result.
O'Sullivan begins at the 27. Hands it off to Skip Hicks. Hicks, a little running room, and he'll pick up about 5 yards. Willie Ford on the tackle there.
Kurt, the reason why J.T. O'Sullivan missed the last 2 weeks is because his father passed away. Went back for the funeral. Came back last week and watched that shellacking 41-0. And what you hope as a team is the team will rally around their leader, rally around J.T. O'Sullivan. If they do that today, this team will quickly forget that 41-0 shellacking of last week. But I think it's imperative this team gets off to a fast start today to erase the 41-0 humiliating defeat of a week ago.
O'Sullivan's first pass. Hicks out of the backfield. With a block, he's going to be across the first down marker at the 39-yard line. Give him 7, Brendan Gavon on the tackle.
Well, you see J.T. O'Sullivan right there. I mean, you get a quarterback that's been out for a couple weeks, you want to see how quickly he can get into his rhythm. In fact, the entire team is standing up and watching him right now because he's the leader of the team, and that's what the quarterback's got to be. I mean, the defense is standing on the sideline. They all want to see how he comes out here today. Does he regain the form that he left the field with? And can he get everybody excited and believing that they can win this championship tonight?
On first down. The handoff to Hicks again, and Skip Hicks will be brought down after a short pickup of about 2 yards. Penalty marker down on the play. Our first call. Referee is Bill Vinovich, who will be a referee this upcoming season in the National Football League.
Offense number 4. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Play clock ran out on O'Sullivan.
He knows it's on him, too. It's his job as a quarterback to know everything, and that's why you got to be the leader. You got to know the play clock, how many men are on the field. You got to know everybody's assignment. There's a lot that gets put on the quarterback, and that's why this league has been so good for quarterbacks, is because they've had a chance to learn all those things while they're over here.
So after the penalty, ball's on the 34. Here comes the blitz. O'Sullivan tried to thread it in there to Drew Haddad, but is knocked away by Scott Farley for an incompletion. Well, up in front of O'Sullivan, who was the second-rated passer in NFL Europe, only behind Rowan Davey. You've got 3 allocated players up front, and when you see these little buttons here, that tells you that NFL teams have set these players over here to get playing experience. They are currently on rosters of NFL teams. 3 wide receivers in on second down. Intercepted. Monteith Sharp, the defensive tackle, takes it all the way into the end zone for the touchdown, and the turnover turns into points for Berlin.
Well, Berlin's defense picked up right where they let off last week, where they pitched a shutout against this team. Berlin will run a lot of stunts up front, and this one confused J.T. O'Sullivan. Never saw the defensive tackle coming on the outside.
And the big man took it in 28 yards for the score, and without their offense even taking the field, Berlin has the early lead. Heinz Quast on for the extra point. And just like that, the Thunder are rolling up 7-0 already, thanks to a big play by their big man on defense.
Too good to be true? Not during the Citgo $1 Million Great Gas Giveaway. We're giving away $1 million worth of gas. Just look for the prize patrol when you visit Citgo, or enter by mail, online, and every time you use your Citgo Plus card, you could win one of over 7,000 gas prizes. Citgo, good gas, good neighbors.
The Cowboys' life is pretty much just whatever it takes to get it done. Get sun up to sundown.
Can't put it into words what we're going to go through. It's all day just grinding, trying to make it.
There's so much expectation because of the history.
It's a hard knock life playing NFL football, period. You're going to have the pain. The pain's going to come. Some guys aren't going to make it. There's only going to be 53 at the end.
Attention men and women suffering from hair loss. Now, with Avocor, a world leader in hair regrowth, you don't have to be bald, even if you have a family history of hair loss.
The main reason for thinning hair and baldness is hereditary hair loss. Just because there is a family history of hair loss doesn't mean you have to suffer. Avocor is specially formulated to reverse hereditary hair loss and regrow new healthy hair. Our formula targets the hair follicle to effectively stop hair loss and stimulate new hair growth. Before you consider expensive transplant surgery, remember, Avocor is FDA approved to regrow new healthy hair for men and women. Unless you take action right away, the problem is likely to get worse.
With Avocor's new formula, go from this to this on the first application. Just look at the difference. Call 800-347-1444 for doctor-recommended Avocor. Satisfaction guaranteed or your money back. Call 800-347-1444. 800-347-1444.
World Bowl 12 on Fox is brought to you by the new Chevrolets. 10 new cars and trucks in 20 months, an American revolution. Well, not the start that J.T. O'Sullivan wanted in his first game back in 3 weeks. Picked off by Monteith Sharp, the 7th-round draft pick of the Kansas City Chiefs last year.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what happens here. Berlin comes out with just a 2-man defensive line. And Monteith Sharp is one of the 2 down linemen. And he comes out on a stunt.
O'Sullivan stands and watches
he'll get another chance at it. Well, here's one of the two down linemen. Monteith Sharp is going to bounce outside of here. He reads the screen pretty quickly. Only two down linemen. Here's Sharp right here. He feels the screen. He gets involved with it right now. One of those throws that J.T. O'Sullivan, who's been out for 2 weeks, should never have made. One of those things that should just go to the sideline, skip it, and go right to third down. Just throw it out of bounds. Of course, it's also a defensive tackle's dream. You know, they want to always show you how good their hands are, how fast they can run, how athletic they are. And they like those short 28-yard jaunts, not a 50-yard return for a touchdown. Yeah, you don't quite need the oxygen supply when it's only 26 yards. Aiden Epstein will kick it off again. This time it's Derek Lewis at the 3. Lewis will return it out to the 24-yard line. And as J.T. O'Sullivan comes out for another opportunity, let me ask you, the missing 2 weeks, we saw a delay of game and an interception. Could it be simply being out of rhythm, not being used to the speed of the game just yet? Yeah, I think so, Kurt. I mean, you know, it's only a 10-week season, so you missed the last 2 weeks, you missed 20% of the season. That's, you know, he hasn't been out there in the live field. He hasn't seen the speed of the game. The practice can't assimilate that. So, yeah, I think he's got to adjust here. His eyes have to adjust. 80, come on. O'Sullivan to the air. Zips that one across to Derek Lewis. Lewis will pick up about 9 yards on the play. Darryl Rideau with the tackle. Well, the defense put points on the board for the Berlin Thunder to start things off, and one of the guys to keep an eye on today is Corey Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. As good a lineman as there is in the entire NFL Europe League. And in their secondary, the Dallas Cowboys safety Keith Davis is a hard hitter who likes to make his presence felt. There's Skip Hicks, who has felt that presence a time or two. He picks up the first down on this run, though. Well, one thing that J.T. O'Sullivan's got to be able to do is he's got to put the bad play out of his mind. All quarterbacks have to be able to do that because everybody's going to throw an interception. The weakness to this Berlin defense is the secondary. It's not a great secondary. In fact, they don't cover very well at all. And so when O'Sullivan gets a chance to pick on Darryl Rideau, who's at 5'8", or Willie Ford at the other corner, he's got to have pinpoint accuracy like he did on first down to Derek Lewis. The play fake. O'Sullivan steps up, evades the rush, and runs for a gain of 7, but there is a penalty flag down on the play as well. It's going to be against the defense, Kurt. Really cracking down on defensive holding outside of that 5-yard zone right now. We've seen a lot of penalties over here in Europe this spring with it. Is going to see a lot in preseason in the NFL this coming summer.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense number 22. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
So that's the big one on Willie Ford, added on to the 7-yard run. Well, yeah, you know, because there's two types of face masks. There's the incidental contact where the hand just grabs the mask accidentally, and then there's the kind where the hand stays on the mask and you jerk it. Willie Ford from the Kansas City Chiefs grabbed the mask of Derek Lewis and pulled him down, and Frankfurt got a big chunk of yardage on the personal foul. Moves them all the way to the 41 of the Thunder. 80! Here's O'Sullivan. That one thrown a little too high for Jason Willis. He was open, but he couldn't pull it down. Incomplete. Here's how Frankfurt got that first down. Here's Willie Ford working on the outside on Jermaine Lewis. That was pretty incident. Jermaine Lewis grabbed his face mask, and now he goes after him. He doesn't want to. You shouldn't go out and try and get yourself a penalty just because Willie Ford grabbed your face. Yeah, Lewis lucky he didn't get called. White 90! White 90! O'Sullivan has time. Rifles it in there. Derek Lewis with the reception. And from one New Orleans Saint to another, it's another Frankfurt first down. Yeah, and that time O'Sullivan got protection. The offensive line was tight. Really came together. No leakage here in the middle. Watch the solid wall that just threw pass up front. Jonathan Ingram at center. Nice job in the middle. Right here. Good job of bouncing Corey Jackson around. You give O'Sullivan time in the middle like that. That's the kind of pinpoint accuracy he has. Ball comes out nice. Throws a good ball. And that Derek Lewis of the New Orleans Saints has got a lot of speed, track speed.
Former track athlete in motion now. Here's O'Sullivan looking that way, gets it out to Derek Lewis, and he gets down the sideline. The pickup of 9 yards once again for the former track star in college.
Well, he was. In fact, Derek Lewis is a pretty good story. You know, he went out to Sacramento State College to run track, and he didn't have any place to live. So him and a couple friends bought a Dodge Neon, and they lived in the Dodge Neon for the first month.
Slept in the car night after night.
Yeah, because he didn't have any place to sleep. And, you know, he was out there running track. He was a big long jumper. Long jump 26 feet, still has the state of Louisiana record. And after a couple of years there, I went down to San Diego State to play football and fall in love with the game pretty quickly.
Here's O'Sullivan rolling out. Looking for someone, can't find it, gets by the linebacker Jason Kazar and gets enough for the first down. And you can see O'Sullivan seems to be in a much better rhythm than that first series, Baldy.
Well, you know, he's an athlete. He said that the last 2 weeks what's really helped him, he thinks, is his body's gotten fresh. So the last time he played Berlin 3 weeks ago, he said he had ankle braces on both ankles, and he felt a little gimpy. He said he's freshened up now, and he is a good athlete. So to get outside and juke linebackers, wait for somebody to come open, keep his eyes open, and get the first down is a good move.
Ball on the 11-yard line. Skip Hicks will pick up 3. Hicks, of course, the former third-round draft pick of the Washington Redskins out of UCLA, and he's had an impressive season over here this year, scoring 12 touchdowns and just missing out on the rushing title this year.
Well, he's a running threat. You know, you can't just throw the football in pro football. It's too easy to blitz the quarterback, to hit him. You've got to have some balance. Skip Hicks provides that balance. But if Frankfurt's going to win this game today, it's going to be because of the passing game of J.T. O'Sullivan.
Passing towards the end zone, thrown low. Pass is incomplete, intended for Derek Lewis.
I think that this is a trap by Lewis. Either that or he's not arguing hard enough. See, Lewis, nice. Yeah. That's a nice Derek Jeter scoop right there.
One hop.
And he knows, and O'Sullivan knows. I mean, that's a throw that gets him down to the 1-yard line. Sometimes I think it's better, though, to make this throw from the 9-yard line than to be stuck at the 2.
Have a little extra room to work?
A little more room to work in the back of the end zone.
And we have a timeout.
Timeout. Frankfurt. First
the
team
Galaxy
timeout.
will gather on the sideline to discuss what they want to do, down by a touchdown early.
Order up. What's the matter, baby? My girlfriend, Aisha, she left me. Oh, that's skinny. She took my appetite and my ability to love. Baby, here, try your sandwich with a Pepsi.
You got what I need, but you
So tell me what you think about my eyes again, player.
Sandwiches need Pepsi. It's the cola.
There's just no limit to the great things and brings together. And now that includes an unlimited array of unlimited calling plans from AT&T. And can take you wherever you want to go, right from your home phone. Come together with and from AT&T.
How much are you paying for internet service? $21? $23? Aren't you being charged too much? We think so. With People PC Online, you get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days and compare us with your current ISP. With People PC Online, you get internet service for less than half of what the big guys cost. And that's just the beginning. You also get more local access numbers than AOL. Plus a smart dialer that automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable number. So you always get the best connection. All for just $10.95 a month. Try People PC Online free for 30 days and see for yourself. Go to peoplepc.com for a quick 3-minute download of our easy-to-use software. Or call 1-800-748-8075. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
Get inside the game. The action. The sound. The story. NFL Network presents Game of the Week. Dolphins battle the Colts Wednesday at 9, only on NFL Network.
All right, the Frankfurt Galaxy in their second possession after throwing an interception that was returned for a score to open the game. Have it down inside the 10-yard line on a third down, and you can see quarterback, we talked about this being a quarterback-friendly league. There's proof.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams. A lot of teams have two NFL Europe quarterbacks on it. I see where Indianapolis has Corey Sauter, backs up Peyton Manning now, and then signed Joe Hamilton this week. So, I mean, all these guys right now, O'Sullivan, we'll see Davey in the next series. The number 3 quarterbacks of their teams, they're trying to elevate their game to the number 2 quarterback and eventually become a starter.
Here's one way to do it on third down inside the 10. Out of the shotgun. O'Sullivan's in trouble, but he gets away. Picks up some help and still looking towards the end zone. Throws it in. Incomplete. Skip Hicks, the intended receiver. And I'll tell you what, O'Sullivan bought as much time as he could, but still couldn't find anyone open back there. Good job by the Thunder defense.
Hey, 90! 20! 90 to that! 9 man.
Those fresh legs helped him out. Ralph Kleinman's leg will put him on the scoreboard. Now, 2 possessions, 2 scores. Not exactly how the Galaxy won it, but they're within 4. It's 7-3 Berlin. Ready to take over for the first time here in World Bowl 12.
Very nice.
Like all light beers, it's low in carbs. Unlike any other light beer, it's got the great taste of Bud Light. What we have here is a failure to compromise. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
Cars from $500. Homes as low as $199 a month. Have you heard about Bargain Network, where you can save big money on homes and cars? Thousands of cars that are repossessed and seized by the U.S. Customs, IRS, FBI, and private organizations are sold every day. Find foreclosed homes and distressed properties for as low as $199 a month. And we can also help you get the money you need while you're on the phone. So call now to find out how many cars and homes are available in your area.
Call now, 800-300-7049.
I've always felt like the word coach and teacher were interchangeable.
Let's go find it together now. Here we go. Start putting that passion into it.
If a good chewing out serves a purpose, then you got to be able to do it.
Son, when it's 3rd and 5, you can't be running a dodge route at 3 yards. What good does that do it?
You don't follow dog acts, you don't follow children, and you don't follow Ray Lewis when you get introduced into a stadium, because there's no way I'm going to top that.
In Their Own Words presents Brian Billick, Tuesday at 9.
Band defined a season, a lifestyle, and a nation. The Beach Boys.
Serving USA. Round, round, get around, I get around, yeah, get around.
For the first time ever, get a special limited edition Beach Boys CD and DVD collection.
I'm picking up good vibrations.
The Sights and Sounds of Summer. 30 unforgettable hits available on one CD.
Get her out of my heart. She's my little
Plus, 10 vintage Beach Boys video clips on a limited edition DVD. Sights and Sounds of Summer is available for a limited time in this must-have collection. To order Sights and Sounds of Summer, call the number on your screen or send $24.98 for one CD and one DVD, plus $4.95 shipping and handling. Call now for rush delivery and let the Beach Boys bring you the best summer ever.
One of the great components of this league is the fans of NFL Europe. I mean, they come ready. I mean, that's the complete outfit now. You know, that's the kilt from Scotland. You know, there's the watch keeping time on the field, the hat, the World Bowl trophy up there, the teams involved. Yeah, you know, he's got flames coming out of people's heads. I mean, you know, you got a little Raider Nation here. You got some Galaxy fans that are, you know, they're enjoying the game. I mean, you got to have a bratwurst. You know, there's a Ryan Fire fan. The fans travel in this league. Of course, it's a little easier traveling in Europe, a lot of it by train. They came up by train today from Berlin. 1,500 fans came. About a 5-hour train ride.
Now this crowd, kind of a cross between Raider Nation and a Metallica crowd, I think.
Well, Metallica was here. They played in the same arena on Friday night.
Here's Darryl Rideau. And the Indianapolis Colts brought down by Derek Lewis at the 32-yard line. And for the first time, we will see the offensive MVP of NFL Europe, Rowan Davies, the former LSU quarterback, now with the New England Patriots. And we talk so much about him getting an opportunity now to move up possibly from that third string to second-team quarterback behind Tom Brady, mostly because of the year he's had over here, Baldy.
Well, I tell you what, the thing about Rowan Davies is he knows he's the leader of the team. He got that MVP trophy, and he said he wishes he could have just cut it up into 43 pieces and get everybody a slice of it, because it's truly a team game, and he understands that as well as anybody.
They start out with 3 wide receivers. Here's Davies. Passes it out to his tight end, and Mike Pinkert, if he caught it, he did not. It's incomplete. Frankfurt, of course, wanting a catch and fumble, but it's ruled an incompletion. And so it will be a short start for this Thunder offense.
Ruling on the field, pass is incomplete.
Well, it looked like it was a good throw by Davies to his tight end. Yeah, it's one of those deals he never had possession.
He was juggling it the whole time.
Mason Hunt and Chris Brown were right there on top of it.
So it'll be second down. Still 3 wide receivers in. Davies looking at Eric McCoo out of the backfield and just throws that one away. Well, Davies being roughed up a little bit, but with that big body, it can be hard to rough him up sometimes. And you can see the numbers. He's had 19 touchdowns versus only 6 interceptions.
Well, he just threw that ball away. But, you know, his mentor has been Tom Brady in New England. And really, if you want to mentor under anybody in the National Football League right now, what better guy than Tom Brady and the success that he has had? And he said, after watching Brady prepare now for 2 years, that is not Tom Brady, by the way. It's just a replica jersey. There's a lot more of those after he just won his 2nd Super Bowl. But he said that Brady, the best thing about him is that he's not afraid to share any information with him.
Flags fly before this one snaps.
Delay game. Offense number 7. 5-yard penalty.
Well, each quarterback's gotten one now.
Well, you know, this atmosphere, this is a closed roof in here. You've got 40,000 plus fans in here. And with that, I mean, it's difficult to hear. A lot of these players haven't played in this atmosphere in a long, long time. And so dealing with the noise is part of dealing with playing in the National Football League, playing on the road.
Maybe a case of nerves as well. Players obviously excited about this championship game. They need the 42 for the first. Under pressure. Davies dumps it off. That's McCoo, the running back. And Eric McCoo will fight. Looks like he's going to be just shy of the first. Chris Kern made the stop.
Well, Eric McCoo led this league in rushing. He also tied for the team lead in receptions. Very valuable coming out of the backfield.
Now you can see how close he got that time.
He's slippery. That was a hard guy to tackle in the open field. Let's go back to Philadelphia this summer. They'll have a chance.
And it looks like Berlin is going to go for it, needing less than a yard on 4th down on their first series.
Well, first of all, Rowan Davies, 245 pounds, so I would expect the quarterback sneak if they go for it. They also have 3 of the all-NFLEurope offensive linemen up front.
Berlin.
So Berlin uses its first timeout.
30 seconds, timeout.
So Davies will go over to the sideline and talk with his offensive coordinator, Don Eck, and his head coach, Rick Lance, about exactly what they want. And, you know, this Berlin offense came in as the #1 ranked offense in the league, scored the most points this season in NFLEurope. Now,
I'm going to tell you this, Kurt. The offensive coordinator here is Don Eck, and he's a good coach. He's also the offensive line coach. So he's thinking like an offensive line coach. There's a yard to go, and sometimes you can get a little too emotional with that. You know, you're the offensive line coach. You want your hogs up front to go get you a yard, but you're also the play caller. And so I think that's where Don's at. He has a lot of confidence in his guys up front that he coaches every day.
And as you said, Davey at 260 is a hog in the backfield as well.
You see these three guys right here? Claxton, Andrews,
and Cadella.
All
the
three
left side of this offensive line, all three of those players all lead. They need less than a yard to go.
Wide 19 up.
Quarterback sneak, Davey gets it.
But that's what you want in your quarterback. And you're seeing that a lot in the NFL with guys like McNabb and guys like McNair. Big guys at quarterback that can go get you a tough yard. Ran right behind Claxton. Here's a gap right here that he runs through. Nice job. I mean, he's got good vision, too. You got to find the right hole in there now. You don't want to just run into a defensive tackle. You want to go pick your hole.
First down. Eric McCoo, the running back. And McCoo will pick up about 3 yards on the run. And we talked about this Berlin Thunder offense being the top ranked in the league. Also about those three linemen who were all league, as this is probably the best offensive line in all of NFL Europe. Also the running back Eric McCoo won the league rushing title and also led the league in total yards, proving how versatile he can be.
Kurt, you know, Berlin has beaten Frankfurt twice this year, but it's all about championships, and so they want to win 3 games here. They want to beat them all 3 times and win the championship, and that's what's important here today.
Davies steps up, gets it out to Alston. And Richard Alston, the Cleveland Brown, down to the 32-yard line, and a nice pickup by the Thunder of 21 yards.
Well, a big part of the offensive arsenal of Berlin is the bootleg. You're going to see Davey come out here. Good ball fake that time to McCoo. He gets all kinds of separation. Good vision to be able to throw. That's a rope now. That's a tight spiral. Very, very mechanical. Good mechanics in his ball fake, in carrying out the fake, and hiding the football, and then getting his feet set to throw.
Here comes the blitz. Davey hands it off to his fullback, Ed Uremia Stansbury. And Uremia Stansbury spins his way out to the 25-yard line. Well, the Frankfurt defensive line has the defensive MVP of NFL Europe this year, and Corey Jackson from the Cleveland Browns. He's out there at right end. Abrayo Franklin, another good one from the Baltimore Ravens. Mason Unk, the middle linebacker, was named to the All-League team this week. And the secondary is Ralph Parent starting in place of the injured Chris Brown, who's had a bad ankle, but he is out there right now on this long drive. Davey. Chaz Gessner. And Gessner down inside the 5-yard line, lost the football, and the Frankfurt Galaxy recovered it.
That was a perfect throw. Perfect throw to his favorite receiver, Chaz Gessner. Put another rope on it. Gessner was in the slot that time. Got to do a good job of putting that ball away. Chris Brown, who didn't play last week with a bad ankle, comes away with the football.
Upgrade your Father's Day with a complete PC package from Gateway, like our 310T. For under $500, you can get Dad everything he needs. It's got the power of an Intel Pentium 4 processor, a big screen for surfing the web, and tons of storage for all his guy stuff. And right now, our PCs come with free shipping, so you can plug one in on his big day. So call Gateway today and get Dad the PC that offers plenty of bang for the buck and get free shipping.
What's your blind side, rookie?
Unleash the Rocky Mountain cold taste of Coors Light.
And wipe that smile off your face.
Mr. Thompson, after hearing the evidence and listening to your testimony, this committee finds you guilty of obstruction of justice, embezzlement of company funds, and questionable accounting practices. Well, there appears to be some good news.
Yes, sir.
Well, I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Thanks very much.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
My friends, humankind's mastery of those invisible waves ever should change us unimagined 10 short years ago.
Hello, Betty. It's Tom. Magic.
My friends, the will to imagine, to create, to invent, to make sheer or
It's like a tiny silicon ring.
that is our finest legacy.
Moto next.
Take a look at Chaz Gessner here. Has both hands on it, gets his hands upfield. It's Ahmad Brooks who ripped that ball right out. Ahmad Brooks from the New Orleans Saints ripped the ball right out of Gessner's hands. Played for it, and that's what you got to do. You got to play for turnovers. Frankfurt led the league in turnovers this year with 27. That's it. Ahmad Brooks here, who played at the University of Texas. Captain on a pretty good football team there in 2001.
Well, Chaz Gessner, you talked about him being the favorite receiver for Rowan Davey. Both those guys with the New England Patriots. And Gessner led this league in touchdown receptions. But last week, this Frankfurt defense did a good job against them despite giving up the 41 points. He had one catch, and today in his one catch, they stripped the ball from him.
64 is eligible.
Any coach in National Football League, the first thing they're going to look at after every game is the turnover battle. I mean, it gets said in every single ball game, but it's so critical. There it is. Berlin going in for a score, and the ball gets stripped out.
Frankfurt takes the turnover at the 4-yard line. That's Jeff Chaney now in it, running back, and he won't pick up much. Maybe a gain of 2 on the play. And joining us right now on the phone from the New England Patriots training camp, well, he's a guy who got his start here in NFLEurope, but has certainly made a name for himself in the National Football League. Adam Vinatieri, the kicker of the Patriots, who, with his foot, has won the last 2 Super Bowls for the Patriots, 2 out of the last 3 years. How you doing, Adam?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Well, first of all, let's talk a little bit about NFLEurope, and we've talked so much about the atmosphere and how it gets a lot of guys an opportunity that maybe they wouldn't have gotten to make it in the National Football League.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's a great opportunity to get some playing time and to be able to get out there and show the teams out there what you can do, and ultimately it just gives you an opportunity to play ball, and that's kind of what we're all looking for, a shot to get on the field and get as much playing time as we can.
Adam, and it's for every position too. As a kicker now, you've won 2 Super Bowls with pressure kicks, and every time the other team tries to freeze you, what goes through your mind when a team is calling a timeout, trying to make that kick even more pressurized for you?
I don't think it makes much of a difference, to be honest with you. A lot of times, depending on the situation of the game, it can be helpful for you. You know, sometimes the field conditions are in tough shape, and it gives you an opportunity to maybe patch up the field or figure out what the wind's doing or whatever. But ultimately, you just have to stay focused in and make sure you get your mind focused right, and don't let the time or the circumstances or the people around you affect you.
Well, we just saw a nice scramble by J.T. O'Sullivan to pick up the first down for Frankfurt. But on the other sideline, there's Rowan Davey. You've been around this kid for the 2 years he's been in the National Football League. I know you know more about him as a person since he hasn't played a whole lot, but tell us about Davey.
Oh, I really like him. You know, he's one of those guys that he's a hard-working guy, and honestly, he's really a good leader out on the field. The guys in the huddle like to be around him. He's a great leader. He takes the role, and he's got a great arm, obviously, as you guys can see, and he's a great quarterback. We're very fortunate to have him backing up Tom Brady. You know, we got a good couple of really good quarterbacks here.
I'll tell you, between Brady and Davey, you may not have to kick much longer. They'll be getting in the end zone every time. It'll be just extra points.
That's right. A lot of extra points is good. That's no problem with that.
All right, Adam, we appreciate you joining us, and congratulations and continued success to you.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.
That's Adam Vinatieri of the New England Patriots. As we said, started out with the Amsterdam Admirals as the kicker there and has gone on to plenty of glory. First quarter is in the books here in World Bowl 12, the championship game of NFLEurope. It's 7-3, Berlin on top.
Cars from $500. Homes as low as $199 a month. Have you heard about Bargain Network, where you can save big money on homes and cars? Thousands of cars that are repossessed and seized by the U.S. Customs, IRS, FBI, and private organizations are sold every day. Find foreclosed homes and distressed properties for as low as $199 a month. And we can also help you get the money you need while you're on the phone. Call now to find out how many cars and homes are available in your area.
Call now, 800-300-7049.
Why do we work? Why do we get up every day and leave the people we love? At the Principal Financial Group, we know you work for more than just a paycheck. For 120 years, the Principal has helped people keep more of the money they make and do more with the money they save. You work hard. We make work hard for you. The Principal Financial Group. We understand what you're working for.
Animal Planet's Croc Hunter. Extreme encounters test his strength, nerve, and will in the ultimate challenge, Animal Planet's Croc Week. For 5 nights, the Croc Hunter is pushed to the limit in one thrilling, deadly, all-new adventure after another. Animal Planet's Croc Week. 5 nights of danger. Starting tomorrow at 8, only on Animal Planet. Living, breathing entertainment. Woohoo!
Well, hop on the information superhighway. Does anyone still call it that? Or is it just the internet?
Yes, it's the internet.
Just the internet. TalkSport.com is the place to be. And tell us who you think will make the biggest impact this NFL season out of NFL Europe. Will it be Rowan Davey, JT O'Sullivan, Skip Hicks, or Corey Jackson? Be sure to log on to FoxSports.com and tell us what you think. A wonderful atmosphere here for the championship game of NFL Europe, World Bowl 12. Frankfurt, the defending champions, trailing 7-3 as we get ready to start the second quarter.
Red 75!
O'Sullivan runs out of room and is brought down for the sack. Israel Adonijah, the Chicago Bear, brings him down.
Well, Berlin really, they walked 8 men up, and they came with the blitz that time, and the coverage on the outside was very good. And so O'Sullivan, this is what he's looking at on the outside out here. I mean, he's looking at a double team right here on Drew Haddad down the slot. That's where he wanted to go. His other receiver, Tremaine Mays, fell down. Now he's holding the ball, and that pocket just collapsed. And that didn't feel good.
Didn't sound good. Galaxy needs a 25 for the first. Little flip pass out to Chaney, and Jeff Chaney will go nowhere. Brought down almost immediately by Willie Ford.
Well, the sack Kirk, because it puts them in 3rd and long. What Frankfurt wants to do is gain 4 yards on 1st down and make 2nd and 3rd and down manageable. Right now in that series, Berlin was able to dictate to them because of the sack.
There's Richard Alston back to take the punt from Mike Barr.
This guy, Mike Barr, is a directional punter. He doesn't kick it straight down the field. He'll kick one side or the other.
Barr gets it off. This one goes down the right side. Alston makes the catch. Flags on the play. Alston with a nice return, but let's see what the markers are for. Jens Pedersen on the tackle, but those flags came out awfully early.
Problem with directional punters, Kirk, is guys that aim it to the sideline, they shank a lot of punts. You see that a lot. That's why you don't see that very much in football, but that's what the Steelers want Barr to do.
During the kick, holding, receiving team number 24, 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. Berlin keeps the ball, first down.
So Darryl Rideau's penalty will back him up, negating a good return. Rick Lance on the Thunder, though, still holding on to the lead over Mike Jones and the Galaxy.
How much are you paying for internet service? $21? $23? Aren't you being charged too much? We think so. With People PC Online, you get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days and compare us with your current ISP. With People PC Online, you get internet service for less than half of what the big guys cost. And that's just the beginning. You also get more local access numbers than AOL. Plus a smart dialer that automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable number. So you always get the best connection. All for just $10.95 a month. Try People PC Online free for 30 days and see for yourself. Go to peoplepc.com for a quick 3-minute download of our easy-to-use software. Or call 1-800-748-8075. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
Now that we've shown you that Bud Light is low in carbs, the Bud Light Institute is developing ways to help you socially, like Twinkle contact lenses.
Ay, ay, ay. Fresh, smooth, real. Bud Light, it's all here.
Too good to be true? Not during the Citgo $1 Million Great Gas Giveaway. We're giving away $1 million worth of gas. Just look for the prize patrol when you visit Citgo, or enter by mail, online, and every time you use your Citgo Plus card, you could win one of over 7,000 gas prizes. Citgo. Good gas, good neighbors.
Patriots QB Drew Bledsoe threw 3 second-half touchdowns in a thrilling comeback. A full 2-hour game presentation. Patriots Colts, tomorrow at 8 on NFL Replay.
World Bowl 12 on Fox is brought to you by WebMD, redefining modern medicine. And by Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. Well, Mercedes for taxis are the places that you want to be if you've got to ride one here in Germany. I tell you what, those are a little bit better than the yellow cabs in New York City.
Well, and they know where they're going here in Germany, and they get there in a hurry. Daimler-Benz Construction. That's a bad way to travel.
Well, Berlin's not where they want to be right now after that penalty. They had the ball on the Frankfurt 32-yard line, but because of the holding penalty, backed all the way up to their own 35.
Look at the nerves on J.T. O'Sullivan. You know, when you start biting a towel, there's no nutritional value in biting a towel. You only do that when you're feeling nerves.
Well, he's had 3 possessions. He's gotten 3 points out of it.
Well, you know, most of these players have never won a championship. Heck, most of them have never seen a championship. You know, so you get one chance, and most of the time, and you want to make the best of it. I think right now the fact that Frankfurt has stayed in this game, that hasn't gotten out of control. Defensively, they've been good. They've forced a turnover. They get the ball out of this guy's hands so much of the game.
Davey rolling. And the big fella just throws it up and out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, here's been the game so far. It's been a turnover on each side. Started with Berlin's defensive tackle right here, Montique Sharp. Taking an interception from J.T. O'Sullivan in the opening drive of the game. The big fella does the belly flop in the end zone, and Chaz Gessler gets the ball ripped right out of his hands by Ahmad Brooks. Stop Berlin from going in for another score.
And that's where we are, 7-3 early on in the second. 3 wide receivers in for the Thunder. The handoff to Eric McCoo, and McCoo has running room. Big collision after a pickup of 9 yards. Ricky Sharp on the tackle.
Well, Berlin's the best offense in this league, and any good offense is going to have balance. So you got Davey, we talked about him, but the 1-2 punch is Eric McCoo. I mean, against Frankfurt this season, he's had 2 really good games. A couple touchdowns, but you see combined over 350 yards of offense. But he led the league this year in rushing. He led it in yards from scrimmage. Really came on the second half of the season.
Well, they need less than a yard right now for the first. The pitch to McCoo. With blockers, he gets it. Penalty flags go flying into the pile. Mason Unk in there on the tackle, but we'll see what the penalty is.
See, one thing about McCoo, he's only about 210 pounds, but he gets going north-south, and he finishes his runs. Not afraid to stick his nose in there to the teeth of the defense and go scramble for the extra yards, always going forward.
Told us he likes the contact.
Well, that's why he's not playing baseball. He said he loved baseball growing up in Red Bank, New Jersey. Home of a guy named Bruce Springsteen. Just thought I'd throw that out there. But
thank you.
Love baseball, but not enough contact in baseball.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal formation, offense. Personal foul, face mask, defense number 56. By rule, the 15-yarder is enforced from the previous spot, first down.
So Dustin Cohen was the linebacker number 56 who was guilty of the face mask. So this will give them the first down and 15 yards, putting the ball into Frankfurt territory. You can see the frustration on the face of the head coach, Mike Jones, in his first year as a head coach. Former wide receiver with the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints.
What we haven't seen from Rowan Davey yet is the long ball. He believes in big ball football. Throw the ball deep down the field. That was a good catch.
It was by Richard Alston, the Cleveland Brown, and he'll pick up 6 yards before Mason Unk, his Brown teammate, made the stop.
What I like is the throw. I mean, the catch is great by Alston. Caught it with his fingertips. But this is a throw that you got to make in the NFL. You got to be able to complete the quick slant before the safety gets there, before the linebacker closes. The quicker the ball gets there, the better the chance the receiver is going to be able to get it.
There's Eric McCoo right through the middle, and McCoo picks up another 6 yards on the play. Slowly but surely, this Berlin offense keeps on marching. Of course, the penalty that they got in that last couple of plays didn't hurt.
Well, McCoo's a guy 5'10", 210 pounds, running behind a pretty good offensive line. In fact, the best offensive line in this league. Yeah, I mean, and Rowan Davies giving all these guys nicknames. You know, he likes them. I like a quarterback that hangs with the offensive line. So,
well, he could be one. Look at it.
Well, he looks at him eye to eye. And that's always an impressive thing when a big guy walks in the huddle.
Off the play fake. McCoo out of the backfield. He lost the football, and nothing but Galaxy players there to recover. Chris Brown, the Jacksonville Jaguar, will pick it up. And it'll be the second turnover in 2 possessions by the #1 ranked offense.
And by 2 key players on that offense. Chaz Dessler fumbled in the first quarter. Eric McCoo, their best running back here, their future player on offense in the second quarter here. Franklin giving up a lot of yards, but countering that with turnovers.
Suarez, I have some good news. I'm taking you out.
Oh, you said you had good news.
I do. I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Give me the ball.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
So this is a great first date. Y'all look delicious. I mean, pretty. Sometimes they know me up in this joint. I'll pop a couple collars, you know.
Hello. Can I take your order?
Yeah, I'll have
Yeah, you can take my order. Let me get 3 number 5s, 12, 8.
You got an ear infection.
7. That's what Marvin wants. Yeah.
Unleash the Rocky Mountain cold taste of Coors Light.
My friends, humankind's mastery of those invisible waves ever should change unimagined 10 short years ago.
No, Betty, it's not magic.
My friends, the will to imagine, to create, to invent, to make sheer or
It's like a tiny silicon ring.
Moto next.
There's just no limit to the great things And brings together. And now that includes an unlimited array of unlimited calling plans from AT&T. And can take you wherever you want to go, right from your home phone. Come together with And from AT&T.
2003 was a season of battles won and lost. Each team reviewed in its own half-hour show. AFC North Team Highlights start Wednesday at 8 on NFL Network.
Eric McCoo is trying to stretch for more yards on the last play, and in so doing, he gets the ball stripped out. Little screen pass to McCoo, squares up, ball gets poked out there. Ahmad Brooks comes over the top and scrambles on, but another costly turnover here for Berlin. He's had no trouble moving the football.
Looks like Dustin Cohen, who had the big penalty earlier, made up for it by forcing the fumble.
So that'll be on McCoo's mind. And anytime you turn the ball over, the first thing that you think of is I'm on the hook. I got to get off the hook. I got to make a play to make up for what I just did.
But he'll have to watch from the sideline right now and hope his defense can make some plays and stop Frankfurt as they begin at the 24-yard line. Drew Haddad dances around out to the 31-yard line. He'll pick up 7 yards.
Well, Ahmad Brooks from Frankfurt's been involved with both turnovers for him. See, he knocked the ball out, and he starts yelling ball. You got to communicate in football. He starts yelling ball, 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 ball's out. And all of a sudden, you see purple jerseys flying for that loose ball.
Giving his offense an opportunity once again. O'Sullivan dumps it off. Skip Hicks. Nice tackle in the open field. Hicks got back up. I guess he tried to leapfrog Jermaine Mays, but Mays was the one who made that play.
Right, it's Jermaine Mays now. He made an interception last week and for a touchdown. This is an aggressive football play. Guy trying to make a conversion from wide receiver to defensive back. Went right through the legs of David Cruz, the offensive tackle, knifed in to make that tackle, read it instantly. Good reaction on his part.
Brings up a third down. Galaxy needing the 34 for the first.
90,
from the shotgun, O'Sullivan zips it right into the middle of the field, and there's his guy, Derek Lewis, for the first. Lewis all the way out to the 46, give him 17 yards.
Watch O'Sullivan in the pocket here. The pocket is pretty good. Collapsing a little bit on the left side, but he doesn't care. Just steps up just enough here. He's going to step up right into the middle of this pocket. That's the dead of the storm right here. The eye of the storm is right in the middle. Steps up, and this is where a quarterback has got to beat a defense, right from that spot. 5 yards behind the center. Got a little bit of vision.
O'Sullivan lost the football. And it looks like the Thunder have recovered. T.J. Bingham fell on it. And so the defense does respond after the turnover by Eric McCoo on the offense. And so, Baldy, I guess Mr. McCoo is off the hook. Both these teams been able to move the football, but unable to hold on to it at the same time.
Yeah, you know, the field is wet down there, and when the field is wet, the ball gets wet. O'Sullivan wants to see what happens. Ben Nowlin was the center here, number 52. He's taking it from him. Looked like he pulled away too soon. It's hard for an offensive lineman or quarterback to retrieve that ball because they're going backwards. The defensive linemen are going forward.
Thunder take over at the 36. Brian Fletcher stiff arms. And uses that big body to have a nice gain down to the 18-yard line of 18 yards.
Well, you cannot give this Berlin Thunder too many opportunities. In fact, Mike Jones told us his goal today was to make them punt 6 or 7 times. And they haven't had to punt. They turned the ball over on 2 occasions. Davey right now is seeing the field well. He's not getting too greedy because he has a habit of wanting to get it all in one throw because his arm is so good.
McCoo still going. Flags go flying as McCoo goes out of bounds and right into the advertising head first.
See, McCoo's not off the hook, though. He's not off the hook because he fumbled the last time they had the ball.
So what, you have to wait until you score?
No, you got to go score. You got to go score to make up for it, and you have to win the game. Otherwise, you don't sleep at night and you got a bad videotape running in your head.
Well, the videotape's on pause, at least for now, since they didn't score off your turnover.
Block in the back. Offense number 83. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
And that's on the wide receiver, Chaz Gessner. He's had a rough start to this one, a fumble, and now a big penalty.
He's a big body receiver, though. And he's 6'5", and, you know, sometimes those guys, they've got the long arms. He's a physical player. He likes to block. He's good downfield.
All the receivers seem to.
Yeah. Well, that's what you have to do nowadays in the NFL, because when you're not catching the football, you better be going to block the force, get a little extra shield on the cornerback, create a play down the field.
Galaxy coming on the blitz. McCoo has it stripped. And Frankfurt recovered again.
There's a German national right there, Daniel Benetka. Big horse, number 90. Davies wondering what he's got to do in this game to get the ball in the end zone.
Back-to-back turnovers. It's still close here in NFL Europe.
Hi, you guys. Wiener World. What's going on? Yeah. Wiener World, how hi. You want to meet Wiener World? No? Hi, guys.
Hot dogs love Pepsi. Pepsi loves hot dogs. Pepsi. It's the cola.
The Cowboys' life is pretty much just whatever it takes to get it done. Get sun up to sundown.
Can't put it into words what we're going to go through. It's all day just grinding, trying to make it.
There's so much expectation because of the history.
It's a hard knock life playing NFL football, period. You're going to have the pain. The pain's going to come. Some guys aren't going to make it. There's only going to be 53 at the end.
Things are getting critical.
Wild lefts and rights by Herring, the percentage of them connecting.
Pride Fighting Championships. It started with 16 fighters.
Peppering them now, hammer strikes and right hands and left.
Only 8 remain.
Soccer kick, another soccer kick.
Pride Fighting Championships. Critical countdown. When it's all over, only 4 will survive. Order Pride Fighting's Critical Countdown. Premiering June 20th on DirecTV pay-per-view.
Steady! 12 knots, sir.
Now,
Starboard bow
Can you got him, sir?
suit up and set sail.
Put up the colors.
Aye, sir.
On the greatest adventure to hit the waves.
Mum aboard, you'll take him out of the ship.
Take him on the ship. Thank you, sir.
Russell Crowe.
I'll not give up now.
Master and Commander.
Now tell me that wasn't fun.
Only on DirecTV pay-per-view.
Soy Marco Martos.
Minun nimeni on Klaus Alinen.
Hoi zusammen, mein Name ist Astor Schneider.
Hello, my name's Scott McCready, wide receiver for the Scottish Claymores.
De los Cologne Centurions.
Berlin Thunder.
Olen porilainen, suomalainen.
I'm from London, England.
Estás viendo la NFLEuropa, el World Bowl número 12.
World Bowl 12 of Fox.
Mistä voit löytää tulevaa NFL-tähdistöä juuri täältä tänään.
Donde las futuras estrellas de hoy serán las de NFL mañana.
Well, 6 teams in this NFL Europe League, 4 here in Germany, 1 in Amsterdam, and 1 in Scotland. So they send their blessings from all over the globe, at least this part of the continent.
Your son di Brian.
We don't have a team in Italian yet, do we?
No, I'm Brian from Philadelphia.
Not Italy, Italia.
Yeah, I just throw a little Italian.
There you go. After the turnover, J.T. O'Sullivan and the Galaxy take over, ball on the 31-yard line. Not exactly what we've expected out of the 2 highest scoring offenses in NFL Europe so far this season, but we do expect a close game throughout as Rowan Davies' Thunder still own a lead thanks to a defensive touchdown. Here's O'Sullivan. That one off the chest of his tight end, Chad Hayes.
Nobody can really get a handle on it. I'm not going to make excuses down there. The field is wet. This field will go outside the stadium. You know, they had a concert here the other night. Metallica was in concert. And when the Metallica was in concert, Eric McCoo not happy after the last fumble, but they take the field out. We were outside. It was rainstorms here for the last couple of days. The field's soaked.
Here's O'Sullivan. That one caught by Derek Lewis. Nice tackle made by James Thornton to prevent the first down.
Derek Lewis runs good routes, but I've watched him on film.
Well, track guys are supposed to run well.
Well, they run well, but they don't know how to run routes well. Because on the track, you take the baton, you run straight. You go long jump,
64,
jump, you do all those things that you do.
64.
I've never seen a track athlete really convert, become a great wide receiver. Remember Ronaldo Nehemiah tried it?
Until he got hit the first time.
Yeah, this kid can take a hit, though.
They need a little over a yard for the first. Skip Hicks diving forward, not sure he got it. We'll see where this ball was spotted. And from where it is, it does not appear to be a first down.
No. I think your eyes are good here, Kurt. And to get over the 41-yard line for the first down.
You know, Skip Hicks, one of those players that came over here, and this is an important season for him. He's 29. He'll be 30 in October. We mentioned third-round pick of the Redskins, now with the Bengals, but hasn't been able to play in the NFL in the last 2 years and needed to come over here and prove that he still deserves a chance.
Well, he does, but Skip Hicks has to be better in short yardage situations. I mean, he ran that 3rd and 1 there, and he left his feet. He left his feet last week, and they flipped him upside down. He fumbled. Watch him leave his feet here. A big guy like that's got to run through people. Why, see that he's left his feet? Can't leave your feet like that. Not when you need to go make a yard. You got to stay on the ground and run through them.
And since they didn't get the first down, the Galaxy have chosen to punt.
Not much confidence in Skip Hicks.
Not at all.
Yardage. You know, they struggle in short yardage all year, especially against Berlin.
And a lot of times giving the ball to Hicks and he not picking up the first.
Yeah, but, it's championship football. I think 4th and a couple inches, you got to go give him a chance to go get those couple inches. Hang on to the football.
Mike Barr takes the low snap, came close to being blocked, and he got it off. It'll take a Galaxy roll down there near the 10-yard line. Later today on the Fox Saturday Baseball Game of the Week, interleague play gets underway once again when the Dodgers make their first ever trip to Fenway Park to take on the Red Sox. Or the Mets take on the Royals, plus Barry Bonds and the Giants make their first trip to Camden Yards to battle the Orioles. Coverage begins at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, only on Fox. Skip Hicks with a little to think about after not picking up that first down. J.T. O'Sullivan wondering where the magic went. Right now, his team only able to get a field goal, but they're still in this ball game as Berlin has a touchdown scored by its defense. Richard Alston. Alston will pick up just over 9 yards, but just shy of the first down.
I just wonder with all these turnovers right now, how patient Rowan Davey is right now to just short ball and just keep dinking these passes. I mean, he has such a big arm, Kurt. We saw him the other day throw a football that was from his knees over 70 yards in the air.
Easily.
Yeah. I mean, one of the biggest arms, maybe John Elway had a bigger arm, but one of the biggest arms I've ever seen from any quarterback anytime.
Here's Eric McCoo. McCoo lowers his shoulder, picks up the yardage for the first.
I'll tell you one thing that play does. That's a two-pronged play. He handed off that time to Eric McCoo. But what he'll do is he'll fake that ball to McCoo, and then he'll come out and bootleg. Watch him carry out his fake here after he hands the ball off. Rowan Davey coming around the other way. He was carrying out his fake like he was going to run a bootleg.
McCoo on the handoff again. McCoo will pick up 5 yards, and you can see why, as long as he holds on to the football. McCoo is a guy that you'd like as your running back over here. I mean, led the league in rushing and total yardage, but a tough, physical guy, despite the fact that He's generously listed at 5'10".
I tell you, Coach, there's not many places in the NFL if you fumble twice and a half where you're still going to get a chance to carry the football. I mean, that's just a fact. I guarantee you that Tiki Barber fumbles twice in New York this year, that Tom Coughlin's not going to keep him in the game.
Davey throws that one too high to Gessner, out of bounds. Ahmad Brooks there on the coverage. Well, you mentioned the patience of Davey and how long will it last. You could see after that throw almost a look of exasperation on his face.
But I think he knows the situation here. 3rd and 5. He knows he needs a first down to move the chains. His possession receiver here is Chaz Gessner, who'll be in the slot, the left slot this time. Should be the guy he'll be looking for.
McCool alone in the backfield. 3 wide receivers out for Berlin. Here comes the blitz. Davey zips it over the other way, and it's caught by LaShawn Ward. And Ward will pick up plenty for the first down. Ahmad Brooks on the tackle, but a gain of 12 on the play.
Yeah, big-time throw, too. That ball got there in a hurry as well. The coverage was great by Ahmad Brooks, but the ball beat the coverage. I mean, Ahmad Brooks' eyes are reading he's reading it all the way. Now, he slipped a little bit there coming back for the football, but the ball got there before he could react to it.
Ball on the 37, McCoo finds a way to pick up 2 more yards on the run. McCoo again with a hole, and McCoo will pick up 10 yards and another Thunder first. Ricky Sharp on the tackle. Running behind Troy Andrews, the left guard this time, and Dave Cadella doing a nice job right here, clearing things out against the all-league defensive end. Throwing him upfield. Corey Jackson nowhere in the field. Screen of widening that hole right there, and then McCoo seeing it and bursting through it. McCoo 9 carries, 34 yards out of the ball game, and Ryan Brewer steps in, picks up where McCoo left off with a gain of 7.
When they run like this, Kurt, what Davey is looking at, he's ball faking after he hands the ball off every time, and it's setting up a big play bootleg action. So they've gotten big plays this whole year off of these fakes. And every time he turns around after he hands off, he's checking to see where the end is and where the coverage is.
Well, when you've got an offensive line that's as big as Berlin has, and they've got 3 All-NFL-Europe players on it,
Please shut down both
you can see why you should run behind it.
Until that one is on.
Some trouble with the play clock. The one at the end zone that Berlin is going towards is not working, so they want them to shut off the one in the opposite end zone in the meantime, just to make it fair.
Ron Davey came over here and he said his test was to come here and take 2 years of learning and tutoring under Tom Brady and Charlie Weiss and Bill Belichick, and then apply it. Become the MVP of the league and win the World Bowl trophy.
He lost the football, and Abrayo Franklin recovered for Frankfurt. Or whether it's a wet football, whether it's nervousness about a championship game, whatever the reason, both these teams having trouble holding on to the ball. Sixth turnover we've had so far in this ball game as we reach the 2-minute warning here in Gelsenkirchen, Germany.
Too good to be true? Not during the Citgo $1 Million Great Gas Giveaway. We're giving away $1 million worth of gas. Just look for the prize patrol when you visit Citgo, or enter by mail, online, and every time you use your Citgo Plus card, you could win one of over 7,000 gas prizes. Citgo, good gas, good neighbors.
Come on, come on.
The fact is, all light beers are low in carbs.
So good, don't it?
This is for you and your crew.
smooth. Real. It's all here.
Well, the Berlin Thunder got an interception, returned it for a touchdown on the opening drive, and that's been the only score so far. As Abryo Franklin there of the Baltimore Ravens gets the latest turnover, falling on the fumble of Rowan Davey right at the 45-yard line. You know, we talk about the future stars of the National Football League being here at this game, and already Berlin's tied the World Bowl record, and unfortunately for them, they're doing it in front of a lot of very important personnel people from the National Football League.
Watching Rowan Davey talk on the phone. Not many people have a cord on their phone anymore. That's the only thing I'd seen anybody hang on to today was the phone right there, talking to his offensive coordinator upstairs.
Ball on the 45. Fourth fumble. Sixth turnover by these two offenses here in the first half, and as we said, somewhat surprising when you consider they're the ranked 1 and 2 in the league, the two highest scoring teams, and neither one has been able to put the ball in the end zone. J.T. O'Sullivan will take a chance right now.
The one guy that hasn't touched the ball, caught a pass in 2.5 weeks is Drew Haddad. And that's J.T. O'Sullivan's favorite target.
O'Sullivan under pressure, steps up. Nice run by O'Sullivan for 15 yards, and there's a late flag on the sideline.
Yeah. That's going to be a late hit on the sideline to Drew Haddad by Devontae Peterson. Late hit out of bounds.
After the play was over, personal foul, defense, number 95. Late hit, 15-yard penalty, and the end of the run, first down.
15 yards on the run, 15 more on the penalty. And the ball's all the way down to the 23-yard line of Berlin.
That's DeMarco Farr, the defensive line coach. Remember DeMarco Farr from the St. Louis Rams, defensive tackle there on a couple Super Bowl teams.
Been over here coaching this year. Said he loves it. His first year as a coach with the Thunder. Here's O'Sullivan on first down. Draw play. Not going to work this time. Brendan Gavon on the tackle. Pick up a 4. But you can see O'Sullivan, we talked about, he said he feels a lot fresher than he did when he left here a couple of weeks ago. We've seen him run quite a few times today with that fresh body.
Yeah, I don't know how fresh he's going to feel afterwards.
If he wins the game, somehow he'll recover.
Go! White 90! White! 90, son!
O'Sullivan just threw that one away, and Hicks didn't go afterwards. Lucky it wasn't picked off by Gavon, who wasn't looking that way, but the ball was coming right to it.
You know, where they've had success against Berlin is really down the middle in past games. They really haven't tried anything down the seam. Chad Hayes, the tight end that O'Sullivan likes to go to. He's not getting much time, though. The ball's got to get out of his hands a little bit faster than it is right now.
They need to get it to the 13-yard line for the first.
White 90! White!
He's got a lane, zips it in there. Jason Willis, his first catch of the game, and a first down for the Galaxy.
That's a good throw. Good throw. Moved the pocket a little bit, got himself some good vision, and then rifled it.
16 yards on the pickup, ball down at the 8-yard line, and J.T. O'Sullivan and the Galaxy looking to take advantage and take the lead.
Here he is. He moves the pocket a little bit, gives him all kinds of vision. It's just a question of stepping into his throw.
Dwayne Painter, former assistant with the Dallas Cowboys. Talking to him right there, was also with that Denver Bronco team that beat Green Bay in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Special teams coach on that squad, now offensive coordinator for the Frankfurt Galaxy.
Yeah, he's been over here for 4 years, and he said that J.T. O'Sullivan's the best quarterback prospect that he's coached over here in his 4 years. Brightest student, understands the game, studies the game hard. He's going to get a chance here in his last minute to get the ball into the end zone. press part of the field right here. The windows get a little tighter. His throw's got to be a little sharper, a little more accurate.
Move over here. They're lining Drew Haddad up in the backfield. Now he's going out.
Yeah, here's Haddad right here. He runs routes over here in the middle. Pretty slippery receiver. Now he's just
back in the backfield again. O'Sullivan looks the other way. Towards the end zone, Derek Lewis with the touchdown. And the unique celebration.
Just seems like a long jump and triple jump champion should be able to do backflips. Nice job by O'Sullivan of keeping the play alive, scrambling, keeping his eyes up, and then trusting the throw to be accurate and on the spot.
Ralph Kleinman gets the extra point through, and for the first time today, the Frankfurt Galaxy, defending champions of NFL Europe, have the lead by 3.
Galaxy fans got about 10,000, 15,000 of them here in the stadium today. They got something to cheer about right now. First touchdown by an offense today. It's a good throw. Got to come sidearm with it. O'Sullivan was excited. Got that ball into the end zone, and that's what quarterbacks are paid to do.
Look at this celebration, huh? Now the fans celebrating just as giddy in the stands. Frankfurt, Germany, only about 2 hours away from where we are, and I think Derek Lewis would have done backflips to get there if he had to.
Well, I saw him do a cartwheel coming off the field of practice the other day. There's O'Sullivan. He's a little happy about it. I tell you, really, neither one of these offenses have been able to get stopped today. They've stopped themselves with all the turnovers, all the fumbles that we've seen in the first half is the story. But offensively, both these teams can move the football.
Jamie Ream will kick it off. That one will roll around, skipped up. Andrew Remia Stansbury, and he's knocked off his feet by Jermaine Lewis. But we'll see what Rowan Davey can do. 54 seconds left, 2 timeouts to go for Berlin here in this first half.
Of course, it all got started by the Rowan Davies fumbled snap from Ben Claxton. Derek Lewis, pretty good interview the other day when we had him in for a meeting. Pretty excited, likes the game of football.
Well, he's only been playing it, didn't play it in high school, did not play it as a freshman in junior college, picked it up that second year, and then for 2 years at San Diego State, so he's still new at it. Out of the shotgun, Rowan Davey, but there are penalty flags before the snap.
Ball start. Offense. Number 79. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's big Dante Ellington, that right tackle from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Cowboy hats in Germany, huh?
Please reset the game clock to 55 seconds.
But they're pink cowboy hats. Does that count?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not exactly rough and tumble, is it?
Cowboy country with the pink hats. Thankfully, they're on women, though.
180.
On first down after the penalty. Out of the backfield, Eric McCoo, and McCoo gets out to the 30-yard line. Gain of 7 yards on the play.
Derek Lewis said the thing that he loves about football is you never stop learning. And that's true. I mean, all these players, they should be learning every day with all these experiences and everything that they're getting over here.
Flag down on the play as well. No FaceTime.
After the play was over, personal foul, face mask, defense number 23. 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
Wow, that's a big help. Ricky Sharp called for the 15-yard face mask. And what's that, the third one of those we've seen already?
Face mask and fumbles been a story here in the first half. I'm sure that Mike Jones, the head coach of Frankfurt, will be reminding his players of being more careful with what they're grabbing.
Berlin didn't have to use the timeout and still pick up 15 yards. Along the sideline, they pick up 13 more thanks to the catch by LaShawn Ward. Well, keep in mind, coming up at halftime, we'll have Gene Upshaw, Executive Director of the NFL Players Association, join us. Plus, we'll break down the first half stats and analysis from World Bowl 12 as Berlin has it at the 42. Davey. Richard Alston. Alston going to be near the first down marker, still working with those 2 timeouts. They use one of them. 27 seconds left on the clock.
This is the type of experience that you can't duplicate back in minicamp, and these guys that stay over there with their teams in the sprint. And Davey right now has been sharp. He's been accurate, but he's had the turnover, fumbled snap, and he has got the ball in the end zone. And ultimately, that's the most important stat.
Well, but it also gives you an opportunity to learn how to deal with adversity. As a quarterback, things aren't always going to go your way, so you've got to learn how to come back from the fumble snap or when your teammates drop the football.
Well, the head coach here, Rick Lance of Berlin, his first year here, he said that all year long he's preached to his team that we have to put ourselves in position to win a game in the fourth quarter. And they haven't been in that position very often where they've been down and had to come back. First game against Frankfurt they did, but they always want to be in a position to win when it counts. Certainly getting points at the board here on the board at the end of the first half can help them.
I'm sure they'd like to see some productivity from their offense since the 7 points they have was on a defensive touchdown. Just to make them feel good going into the locker room. 1 timeout to go, 27 seconds, ball on the 32. Here comes the blitz. Davis, pump fake, over the middle. LaShawn Ward in the end zone with the catch, but there's a penalty marker back at the 35. Now, hold on, LaShawn. You may have to do it over.
It's all coming back.
Don't celebrate yet.
Just had to look at Davies' reaction to see what the penalty was.
All start. Number 83.
That's another one on Chaz Gesner, the wide receiver. And that will negate the touchdown.
Yeah.
Please reset the clock. 27 seconds.
This one. Davey thought touchdown, then he saw the motion penalty by Gesner, and I think the reaction says it all. That's his teammate. Chaz Gesner is his teammate in New England. They've played together for 2 years. Very familiar with one another. Gesner's not really helping out his cause here in the first half.
And so they take the points off the board. Ball now at the 37. Davey has the time, going up top again for Ward, and he drops.
Davey's wondering if they're ever going to get the ball in the end zone. And his reactions, he can't keep the emotion in. 2 perfect throws for touchdowns, back-to-back plays. One called back because of penalty, and here, Ward again gets behind the defense. Went right through the breadbasket. Didn't look the ball in. Going to put Davey in an early grave here this afternoon.
They'll try again on 2nd down. Movement on the right side. They stop the play. Well, we talked about learning to deal with adversity, Baldy. Davey's finding a way to get a lot of adversity. We'll see if he can deal with it.
Offside. Defense number 98. Unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
You know, that was a hard count by Rowan Davey. Changed up the snap down. Corey Jackson jumped. I watched him doing a practice on Friday, and they just haven't learned. I mean, the number one lesson for defensive linemen is don't move unless the ball moves, no matter what gets said or whatever the quarterback's inflection is.
4 wide receivers in for the Thunder. Davey, all kinds of time. Throws on the run towards the end zone, and that one's batted around, incomplete. Penalty markers again.
shouldn't have thrown that ball. You can't throw the ball late over the middle like that and let it hang up. It's the type of balls that get picked off in the end zone and kill a drive.
Well, this drive never ending so far. They took the ball over with 57 seconds left. I think that was about an hour and 15 minutes ago between the penalties and the drop balls.
Ineligible receiver, downfield, offense number 65. The penalties decline, third down.
That's on his left guard, Troy Andrew. So with 7 seconds left, probably only time for one more play.
Well, here's the thing, Kurt. If you drop back and try to throw it in the end zone, you're probably going to, all 7 seconds, you're probably going to run out. If you throw it quick to the sideline, gain a few yards, you probably have a chance for a field goal.
Here we go. Davey.
Like right there. If he gets out of...
He caught it, but he was kept in bounds. Chris Kern doing a nice job. Did they get the timeout?
Looked like there was 1 second left when Davey was trying to call it. He might still not have gotten it in time.
Well, the officials are discussing exactly that. Richard Alston made the catch, but a nice job by Chris Kern of not letting him get out of bounds.
How good are the play clock operators in Gelsenkirchen, Germany?
Please put 1 second on the clock. Timeout. Berlin.
And so they did get the timeout call.
30 seconds. Timeout.
1 second will go back on the clock, and so it'll be a long field goal attempt by Jonathan Ruffin.
Somehow you think that a German clock operator is going to be pretty sharp. Just think German engineering. You're not going to miss the second. Ed O'Neill doesn't like it.
Neither does Mike Jones, the head coach for Frankfurt. They're wondering where that second came from. Ruffin will try this one from 38 yards away. Snap is good. Shows the hold. And the field goal as well. And so the Thunder will get on the board right before halftime, tying the score at 10 apiece. We've seen a lot of turnovers. Some of those points coming off turnovers. In fact, each touchdown. But nonetheless, here in the championship game of NFL Europe, we're all tied at halftime. Berlin, who finished the regular season at 9-1, and Frankfurt, who had the second best record at 7-3, all knotted at 10 apiece as they head to the locker room. Coming up at halftime, we'll have more from Gelsenkirchen, Germany, including an interview with the executive director of the NFL Players Association, Gene Upshaw, plus some performances from, well, let's just say some folks you may not have heard of in a while in the United States. Here's your clue. You may be too sexy for this halftime performance. We'll check it all out when we come back. Intermission here in Gelsenkirchen, Germany. Championship game of NFL Europe. It's all even at the break.
I moved to Earthlink because I need answers fast.
Hurry, I think it's gonna fall off.
I moved to Earthlink because I need to stay ahead of things around here.
Speed up your internet with Earthlink dial-up featuring Earthlink Accelerator. Call 1-800-839-2988 and get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price. Web pages load up to 5 times faster than regular dial-up, so you get what you want faster. You also get tools to help block all the stuff you don't, like pop-ups and spam.
I moved to Earthlink to keep up with him.
Get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price. Call, go online, or visit these retailers. Move to Earthlink. It revolves around you.
Get inside the game. Relive the outstanding performances and pivotal plays. NFL Network presents Game of the Week. 49ers versus Giants, Thursday at 9, only on NFL Network.
Arena of Shaka here in Gelsenkirchen, Germany, the site of World Bowl 12. The Berlin Thunder and Frankfurt Galaxy all even at 10 at intermission. My partner Brian Baldinger's got a special guest in by with him. Baldy?
Yeah, Kurt, 10-10 here at halftime in Gelsenkirchen in World Bowl 12, and I'm joined by the Executive Director of the National Football League Players Association, Gene Upshaw. And Gene, first of all, welcome to Germany. I know that you enjoyed the first half action.
Well, it's been an exciting first half. There's been some excitement, especially I hate to see the turnovers, though. Yeah. The one thing as an offensive lineman, you don't want to see the ball on the ground, and I was not pleased with that. But overall, it's been an exciting game.
It's all part of player development, though, Gene. I mean, right now, this is an opportunity for players to get a second or third chance to get some development that they can't get back in the States.
Well, you're right, and you know as well as I do, you get better if you put your hands on the ground and you rush the passer or you block or you run the ball. This is what it's all about, is player development, and now we're going to increase the practice squads in our teams back home to 8 players so we can get a national player to play in the NFL.
Well, that's more jobs for European players going over there to play, more jobs for NFL players, and a lot of that is because of the labor piece that's now being negotiated between the NFL Players Association and all the teams.
Yes, we have an agreement now that runs through 2007. We're trying to extend that agreement right now to 2011. So if we can get that done, and I think we will, I know the Commissioner, Paul Tagliabue, supports this project here. We support this project, and we see it as an up-and-coming league, and we want to keep it going for many, many years.
Well, Raider Nation will be happy out there because your good buddy, a Hall of Famer, Art Shell, is joining you in the NFL right now. He's got a new position. Talk about what Art's going to be involved with.
Well, Art is now working in the league office, and when you think about where the Raiders are, I'm running the Players Union. Art Shell is now working for Paul Tagliabue. Mike Haynes, a former Raider, is also back there working for Paul Tagliabue. Eventually, the Raider Nation will own the whole nation, and that's our whole... And, you know, Al Davis has got to be smiling about all of that.
Yeah. All right. Al Davis smiling. Imagine that. Right now, Gene Upshaw, thank you at halftime here. Kurt, take it back upstairs.
All right, Baldy. Yeah, it's hard to imagine the big fella smiling, but you never know. Right now, neither of these teams able to smile, as neither is broken ahead of the pack, but we've got more football, including a special halftime performance when we return.
How much are you paying for internet service? $21? $23? Aren't you being charged too much? We think so. With People PC Online, you get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days and compare us with your current ISP. With People PC Online, you get internet service for less than half of what the big guys cost. And that's just the beginning. You also get more local access numbers than AOL. Plus a smart dialer that automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable number. So you always get the best connection. All for just $10.95 a month. Try People PC Online free for 30 days and see for yourself. Go to peoplepc.com for a quick 3-minute download of our easy-to-use software. Or call 1-800-748-8075. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
My friends, humankind's mastery of those invisible waves ever should change its imagined 10 short years ago.
No, Betty, it's not magic.
My friends, the will to imagine, to create, to invent, to make sheer or definite.
It's like a tiny silicon brain.
That is our finest legacy.
Moto next.
Well, hello. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The halftime show at the World Bowl is underway. Right Said Fred, whose most famous song is I'm Too Sexy, is coming up in just a bit.
Big, huge brains. Great achievements deserve a great beer. Unleash the Rocky Mountain cold taste of Coors Light.
I've always felt like the word coach and teacher were interchangeable.
Let's go find it together now. Here we go. Start putting that passion into it.
If a good chewing out serves a purpose, then you got to be able to do it.
Son, when it's 3rd and 5, you can't be running a dodge route at 3 yards. What good does that do us?
You don't follow dog acts, you don't follow children, and you don't follow Ray Lewis when you get introduced into a stadium, because there's no way I'm going to top that.
In Their Own Words presents Brian Billick, Tuesday at 9.
Animal Planet's Croc Hunter. Extreme encounters test his strength, nerve, and will in the ultimate challenge, Animal Planet's Croc Week. For 5 nights, the Croc Hunter is pushed to the limit in one thrilling, deadly, all-new adventure after another. Animal Planet's Croc Week, 5 nights of danger. Starting tomorrow at 8, only on Animal Planet. Living, breathing entertainment.
Woohoo! You've reached Jack Conrad. I'm out of town. If you need to reach me this weekend, I'll be traveling back to the Victorian era to invent a sewer system to save London. So leave a message and...
Witnessed one of the biggest sewage disasters. It was the worst disease outbreak since the plague, until one man's invention saved a city in crisis. Sewers of London, tonight at 9 on the National Geographic Channel. Channel 276.
Well, you know, I've heard of Jack in the Box, but Baldy and Kurt in the Box, that's downright ridiculous.
Well, it's not really a box. It's like a test tube, Kurt. You know, I mean, there's no air in here. There's no room. I mean, I could go sideways to sideways right here. But we got some television monitors up here. We got a little telestrator here we can draw on. You know, we got a couple gimmicks up here. But this is NFL Europe.
This is what it's all about?
Well, you know, it's about making sacrifices. That's what all these players have done this spring. They've been over here now for 12 weeks, playing in the championship game. A little bit of nerves, I thought, in the first half, Kurt. Not exactly a stellar performance by either side, but they got a half here to settle World Bowl 12, and really they came over here to get a ring. They came over here to win a championship, get that feeling of what that's about, and they got to have to decide who's going to get it.
The good news for both these offenses, which came in ranked 1 and 2, is despite the fact that Berlin's had 4 turnovers and Frankfurt 2 turnovers, including 1 return for a touchdown, yeah, it's been a strange day, but they're still all even at halftime.
Oh, I would say it's been a strange day so far, Coach.
The strangeness, I guess, not working to anyone's favor, since the score is all at 10, but the strangeness not just on the field, apparently. In the stands, with the fans, in the booth.
There's a look. There's a look.
There you
right
go.
Now. I mean, you know, you got the gloves, you got the...
And a cigarette.
Oh, yeah.
And the earplugs. You always like it when the drummer has the earplugs. I mean, what about the guy sitting next to him?
Well, see, he can't lose. He can't lose the drumsticks because the drumsticks are attached to the gloves. So, because sometimes you can drum too hard and you lose the sticks. I saw that at the Metallica concert the other night, but those sticks are attached to the gloves. You got a string around it. See, I mean, you come here, you have to be prepared. You have to be prepared to be a drummer here in Germany and to lead the cheers.
Not just the players are working, folks. Second half kickoff, Jamie Ream. That's caught by Darryl Rideau. Oh, nice open field tackle by Chris Kern.
Yeah, he led the league in special team tackles this year. Led Frankfurt there. You know, so Rowan Davey, who had a good statistical first half, rounds up the troops. I'll tell you, a lot of these guys, when they go back to the States and competing for NFL rosters, the best chance they have of making one is on special teams. And that's the type of excitement you got to come out with to start a second half. You want a championship ring, you got to go earn it. And it's all there for the taking. 10-10 tie. Anybody could get it.
Starting at their own 21, there's Eric McCoo, who fumbled twice in the first half, but still picked up 34 yards. Now gains 5 on the run. Taking a look at those stats in the first half, the score pretty even, and the tote board fairly even as well.
Really, the whole story is just the turnovers here by Berlin. 4 fumbles is really the whole story. I mean, they had drive after drive and couldn't capitalize on any of it.
Neither of these teams seemingly had much trouble moving the football. It was just holding on to it that was the issue. Here's Davey. To the air. Nice pass right into the breadbasket of Aaron Boone at the 41-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by Chris Brown.
You know, Bill Belichick, the head coach of New England, has had a chance to watch little Rowan Davey, and he's been impressed by him. And listen, Bill Belichick does not hand out compliments. I mean, it's like Stewart covers, for him to throw a compliment. But he likes so much about what his quarterback has done here that Damon Heward, the backup last year, who was very good in practice, scout team, helping out Tom Brady, they've let him go.
The handoff to Eric McCoo, and McCoo will go nowhere. Drop for a loss of a yard, maybe even. Brio Franklin was the first to get in there.
Brio Franklin now played for the Baltimore Ravens last year.
5th-round pick of Baltimore last season.
And here he is right here, playing at right defensive tackle. Walked the left guard, Troy Andrews, right back into the backfield. Reestablished the defensive line of scrimmage.
180! 180 up!
Here's Davey. Little too high, one-hand interception by Ricky Sharp. And he's got a convoy. Rowan Davey gets down there, and the quarterback makes the tackle after throwing the pick. But what a grab by Sharp.
One-handed catch. Best catch out here all afternoon. Really, Rowan Davey was high with this ball. Didn't hit the spot. That forced the tip. Davey has plenty of time. Did a good job of blocking up front here. Receiver sitting right in the hole. He had his Richard Alston sitting right where he wanted him. Ball came out hot, came out a little bit high.
Here on first down is Skip Hicks. And Hicks will fall forward down to about the 8-yard line is where they're going to mark it, maybe the 9.
Davey talking to his offensive coach, Steve Logan, upstairs, asked him what he saw, and I think he's going to tell him that you were high and hot with the ball, and it got tipped.
Here's Hicks again, running backwards. Won't pick up much. Stopped after a pickup of just about a yard. Jason Kazar on the tackle. Sharp hoping that his interception can turn into points. Last time, as a matter of fact, the only time the Frankfurt Galaxy scored a touchdown today, it did come off a turnover. Third and short. O'Sullivan throws that too high for Derek Lewis. And O'Sullivan knows he missed an opportunity there.
Well, he had exactly what he wanted. He had Derek Lewis in motion going across the formation, and the defensive back trailing had him wide open. He came out with the ball high. Here's Lewis right here going across the motion. Here's Willie Ford.
That wasn't even close.
Had an open receiver.
Here's Ralph Kleinman from 27 yards away. Bad snap. Darrow, your Premian, where are you? And he gives it right to Kevin Durande, who'll take it out to the 41-yard line. A bad snap turns into a disastrous play.
A revolution is underway. People everywhere are discovering a new way to protect their homes and families, all thanks to a new security system called SafeWatch EZ, only from ADT. Now you can arm your system with just the turn of a key, and with no codes to enter, SafeWatch EZ virtually eliminates accidentally setting off your alarm. Even if you misplace your key, you're still protected. It couldn't be easier or more affordable, because now you may qualify to get an ADT system installed for $0 down, plus save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance. Ask about special offers for AARP members. Like every ADT system, SafeWatch EZ connects you to our monitoring center, where trained professionals watch out for you around the clock, helping protect you from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. No wonder we're America's #1 security company. Call now. ADT, always there.
There's just no limit to the great things and brings together. And now that includes an unlimited array of unlimited calling plans from AT&T. And can take you wherever you want to go, right from your home phone. Come together with and from AT&T.
Cars from $500. Homes as low as $199 a month. Have you heard about Bargain Network, where you can save big money on homes and cars? Thousands of cars that are repossessed and seized by the U.S. Customs, IRS, FBI, and private organizations are sold every day. Find foreclosed homes and distressed properties for as low as $199 a month. And we can also help you get the money you need while you're on the phone. So call now to find out how many cars and homes are available in your area.
Call now, 800-300-7049.
World Bowl 12 on Fox is brought to you by Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world. And by the cola that makes everything better, Pepsi. It's the cola.
You know who would do well in Germany? Dr. Atkins. Because it's a meat wagon. I mean, it's nothing but meat. Meat and cheese, protein.
A lot of potatoes, too, though. Lots of
carbs. That's not the South Beach diet over here.
No.
It is the Atkins diet. It's been enacted. You see a bad snap here. Mike Barr, the holder, never had a chance. Chad Hayes, the snapper here. I mean, the holder still has to try to rescue that ball a little bit better than Mike Barr did. And you're right, that is Garrow, your premium. It looked like rugby.
Yeah. It's facing the wrong way and everything.
Yeah.
And the scrum heads the other way.
Except Garrow never made the tackle. Football films follies forever.
One of the great highlights of all time, the former Miami Dolphin kicker. Well, after another turnover, Rowan Davey gets it at the 40. The pitch to Richard Alston. He's going to throw it. Trick play wide open is Chaz Gessner, and Gessner makes the catch into the end zone for the touchdown.
Richard Alston came to East Carolina as the quarterback. Got moved to wide receiver by the quarterback coach of Berlin, Steve Logan. That one has been in the playbook all year, and the first time they've dialed it up.
60 yards on the touchdown. Alston has thrown 3 passes this year. He's now 3 for 3 with 2 touchdowns. Heinz Quast gets the extra point through, and you know what? If convention doesn't work, pull out the trick plays, and apparently they do, as Berlin goes up by a touchdown thanks to the answered prayer by Richard Alston and Chaz Gessner.
How much are you paying for internet service? $21? $23? Aren't you being charged too much? We think so. With People PC Online, you get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days and compare us with your current ISP. With People PC Online, you get internet service for less than half of what the big guys cost. And that's just the beginning. You also get more local access numbers than AOL. Plus a smart dialer that automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable number. So you always get the best connection. All for just $10.95 a month. Try People PC Online free for 30 days and see for yourself. Go to peoplepc.com for a quick 3-minute download of our easy-to-use software. Or call 1-800-748-8075. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
The Cowboys' life is pretty much just whatever it takes to get it done. Get it sun up to sundown.
Can't put it into words what we're going to go through. It's all day, just grinding, trying to make it.
There's so much expectation because of the history.
It's a hard knock life playing NFL football, period. You're going to have the pain. The pain's going to come. Some guys aren't going to make it. There's only going to be 53 at the end.
Band defined a season, a lifestyle, and a nation. The Beach Boys.
Surfing USA. Round, round, get around. I get around, yeah, get around.
For the the first time ever, get a special limited edition Beach Boys CD and DVD collection. I'm picking up the sights and sounds of summer. 30 unforgettable hits available on one CD. Get her out of my heart. She's my little scoop. Plus, 10 vintage Beach Boys video clips on a limited edition DVD. Sights and Sounds of Summer is available for a limited time in this must-have collection. To order Sights and Sounds of Summer, call the number on your screen or send $24.98 for one CD and one DVD, plus $4.95 shipping and handling. Call now for rush delivery and let the Beach Boys bring you the best summer ever.
For the Berlin Thunder, #1 offense in the league, has scored 2 touchdowns, and the offensive MVP, the quarterback Rowan Davey, has not had a part in either. A defensive score, and then the wide receiver Richard Alston throwing the 60-yard touchdown pass.
Well, they finally got the bomb in, but it came from on a little trickery wide receiver reverse pass.
Let's go! Kickoff taken by Hugo Lira. And Lira, they say he's the fastest player on Berlin, going down the sideline, finally tripped up by Aaron Boone, but a nice return all the way to the 31 of Berlin.
Here's the touchdown here on the reverse pass. Doing a good job here on the outside to Jackson. Just got this throw up before he got crushed. Aaron Brooks, the corner on the play, came up thinking it was run and reversed. Well executed, though. Those things don't just happen. You practice those things a lot, and you save them for big moments.
Well, Frankfurt found a way to answer the 60-yard pass. They had a 63-yard return. Here's Skip Hicks. And Hicks falls down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Rick Gessner in that first half had a lot of mistakes, couple penalties, dropped, fumbled the ball. And they made up for it right there with the big touchdown. That puts a smile back on his face.
You can't play with an earring, can you?
That thing stuck in his ear?
I mean, come on.
Supposed to take those out before he come out, isn't it?
That's what happened. He's an Ivy Leaguer. You know what that means. They say they're all soft, but we've seen enough players come out of Harvard and Brown and Princeton to prove that that's not the case.
He's got one in the other ear as well.
O'Sullivan. Hey, lucky he didn't get ear-holed that time by Monteque Sharp.
You know what Berlin said was they thought that J.T. O'Sullivan at 6'2" was short, and they wanted to blitz the middle. Wanted to get hands up in his face because he's a pocket quarterback. And any NFL quarterback that's under 6'5", they think is short these days. And so that's where they put the pressure. Try to get the hands up in his face to discourage his vision.
Why? 90 to us!
They need the 21 for the first. Under pressure again, and brought down for the sack again. This time it's Corey Smith, the Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Back-to-back sacks by this Berlin defense.
O'Sullivan's not able to get comfortable back there. These guys' legs on the defense line don't stop moving. They've been rotating him all game. Here's Corey Smith on the outside. Here's Adonagy coming around the corner. That Corey Smith he's got a good pass rush. You know, he plays in Tampa, and he's played there for a couple of years now. Rod Marinelli, the defensive line coach, sent him over here just to get some more experience because he hadn't played enough.
Well, Frankfurt let the play clock wind down. No big surprise as they got a short field to kick with right now. They'll take the 5 yards and try and use the extra to their advantage.
Offside. Defense number 56. Unabated. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
The only problem was Brendan Gavon took off before they were able to let the play clock run down. So now they'll have an even shorter field to kick with.
This guy is the best in the league at putting the ball inside the 20-yard line.
When he keeps it in bounds.
Yeah.
Mike Barr of the Pittsburgh Steelers. standing right at midfield. Richard Alston will watch it go over his head, and there you go, inside the 5, out at the 3. Well, exactly what Barr wants. Oh, set up by a couple of sacks by this Berlin defense on O'Sullivan. Thunder holding on to that touchdown lead.
I'm lucky to be here today. I was cooking dinner and I just fell asleep. I tried to get out, but I collapsed. I couldn't call for help, but ADT did. Firemen found me and they saved my life.
An ADT-monitored fire detector not only sounds an alarm, it actually signals ADT so we can call for help. It's the most advanced way to help protect your home and family from fire. With ADT, you're always connected to our customer monitoring center, where trained professionals help protect you from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide. Call now and you may qualify to get an ADT system installed for $0 down and save up to 20% on your homeowner's insurance.
I'm lucky to be alive. I really am.
Call today.
My friends, humankind's mastery of those invisible waves ever should change its 10 short years ago.
No, Betty, it's not magic.
My friends, the will to imagine, to create, to invent, to make sheer or
It's like a tiny silicon ring.
Moto Next.
I'm in sales, and I never really realized that hair makes the man. I've seen my sales jump from where I was at about a 25% to where now I'm, 28%.
Hello, I'm Dr. John Parker. Hair loss is an all too common problem, but finally there's good news.
The Parker solution to hair loss?
No, I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
2003 was a season of battles won and lost. Each team reviewed in its own half-hour show. NFC North team highlights start Thursday at 8 on NFL Network.
Well, this is the 12th World Bowl championship game for NFL Europe, and it seems each year the Rabbit fans become even more rabid as those from Frankfurt have traveled 2 hours up to Gelsenkirchen, just north of Dusseldorf, for this game, and fans came over from Berlin on a 4-hour train ride as well, and those Frankfurt fans making noise right now with the Thunder backed up at the 3-yard line. Davey out to Jeremiah Stansbury, and he gives him room. Out to the 16-yard line, a gain of 13.
This is a perfect spot for Rowan Davey just to unleash the arm that he has. I mean, the best arm in this league, throw the ball the farthest. Kind of get the feeling this would be a good spot for him.
Well, he does it almost effortlessly when you watch him.
Well, he can throw the ball from where he's at right now to the other goal line.
Here's Eric McCoo, and McCoo will pick up 10 more yards.
Well, we put him up to the test the other day. We see how far Rowan Davey could throw the ball kneeling down. And Terry Bradshaw, here he is right here. From 50 yards away, I'm on the goal line back here, and this ball went right over my head.
Nice shoes, by the way.
Yeah. I was just getting comfortable. Yeah, the ball landed way past the goal line, another 10 yards, another 7 yards past that. It was like hitting a home run out of Wrigley Field and trying to figure out what the tape measure was.
Well, Eric McCoo doesn't get far. Mason Unk knocks him down right there. But once again, I mean, when we asked him about doing it, it was like no problem. We said, well, let's measure this out. He goes, go back as far as you want. And just puts it.
Yeah, in fact, he was in the locker room before the ball hit. It was like it was a punt. Usually when he throws it deep, it's off a bootleg fake. He gets himself a lot of time to set up in time for his receivers to get down the field.
Davey off the play fake. Uremia Stansbury out of the backfield, and he will fall forward. Give him 8 yards on the play. Ahmad Brooks in there on the tackle.
Now, Ron Davies said that when he came out of LSU, he was a 4th-round pick 2 years ago, and he thought he should have been picked higher. And, you know, all these quarterbacks that were picked in front of him, like Joe Harrington, Dave Carr, all of them have played. And he said that it frustrated him until he saw Tom Brady prepare. And when he saw Tom Brady prepare and how much he knew about the game, he realized how humbling it was, how little he actually knew about the game.
Tried another quarterback sneak on 3rd and 1. We'll see where they spot this one. Needed to get right at the 37-yard line to pick up the first down.
In fact, there's been a lot of quarterbacks that have played in Super Bowl games from this league. And Rowan Davies' statistics were better than all of them. Better than Jake Delhomme's statistics when Jake was over here with Frankfurt. Better than Kurt Warner when he was in Amsterdam. Better than Brad Johnson when he played for England.
When you look at that touchdown-interception ratio, it's unbelievable. They got the first. Eric McCoo picks up 11 more, and another Berlin first down.
And McCoo's making Davies' job a lot easier, and this all gets done up front with the offensive line. They got Ben Claxton from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is just a simple draw play right here. Fullback lead. There's McCoo dropping his shoulder here. Dropping it on the safety, Chris Brown, running him over.
Quick pass by Davey. Aaron Boone will be wrestled down by Ahmad Brooks. A gain of 6 on the play. Penalty marker as well. Bill Benefic, our referee, trying to sort things out. Benefic had a busy week. He refereed the game last Sunday, Week 10, then flew all the way back to Orange County, California before coming back yesterday for this game.
Racking up a few airline miles, huh?
On defense, 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
12 men on the field by Frankfurt.
You know, I looked at the Berlin offensive play chart. They've got more plays than any other team in this league, I think, combined, and they're constantly shuttling players on and off the field. And Frankfurt's trying to match them with formations, and they got caught with too many men on the field last play.
There's McCoo pushing the pile forward.
He's up,
It's going to be about a yard short of that first down. Corey Jackson on the tackle. Well, you ever wonder what a play chart looks like?
Don X got one in his hand right there. It's so big that you got to fold it in half. It's like a good pizza. You got to fold the thing in half just to eat it. I mean, they had 25 plays just for 3rd down alone. And they run so many things at a different formation, so they keep you guessing defensively all the time. There's 8 different screens right there in that little chart.
There's McCoo on 2nd down. He was tripped up in the backfield, fell forward for no gain. Abrayo Franklin on the tackle. Well, you talked about that list. I mean, as you said, that's really unusual considering how short a time these teams have to work together over here.
Well, that's the good point, Kurt, is that these teams come together in training camp in Tampa in February. They have 3 weeks to train. Then they travel over here, they skip a week, and then they play a 10-week season. So these teams and these players get very little time to get comfortable with one another.
On 3rd and short, Davey. Uremia Stansbury out of the backfield, and the big fullback picks up enough for the first down at the 30-yard line, a gain of 11.
Now watch the new formations, new players coming. Here comes Chaz Gessner coming in for the tight end right now. He comes in. New player. There's a huddle around that offense that walks up and down here on this impressive-looking drive that started back at the 3-yard line.
All the way out to the 30 right now.
Wide 19! Wide 19 up!
Ryan Brewer. And the little man finds a hole to pick up 2 yards on the run. There you can see that sideline huddle.
Yeah, Aaron
Who gets sent out?
Yeah, back and forth every play. 3 guys on, 2 guys off. And so Frankfurt right there is trying to match personnel. But as a defensive coach, you can't adjust until the offense sends their players. So now Frankfurt just sends in Alan Edmondson right there. Dropped his mouth guard. He's trying to get settled.
Berlin going with 3 wide receivers. Davey rolling. Hits Ryan Brewer, and the running back will pick up a couple of yards before being forced out by Ricky Sharp.
Now that time, Rowan Davey looked like Steve McNair because he had the middle linebacker, Mason Unk, hanging on his left shoulder. Number 40 comes in here, hanging on him. Davey just brushes him away right there and throws a perfect throw to Brewer.
Oh, he's hard to bring down. Sacked only 8 times in 10 games, least of any quarterback in NFL Europe. Part of it's that offensive line, but part of it's that strength you talked about. Needing the 20. Davey goes for that and more towards the end zone for Sean Warren, and it's broken up by Alan Amundsen. Penalty flag goes in the end zone.
Late call, too.
It sure was. And if this is against Frankfurt, obviously it would be first down to the 1. Ed O'Neill, defensive coordinator, can't believe it.
There's no penalty for defensive pass interference. The contact was incidental. 4th down.
So they'll pick up the flag and stuff it back in the pants.
Tight coverage this time by a Munson. That ball actually bounced off the chest of LaShawn Ward. Maybe thought he had another one in there.
So Jonathan Ruffin will come on to attempt a long field goal. This one from 42 yards away. It's up. Just inside the upright. So the Thunder come out, turn a 10-10 halftime score into a 20-10 lead early in the second half.
Want to get a great gift for Dad? Right now, get a great PC, our 510T, for an extraordinarily low price. It's one of our best-selling hyper-threading 510 series desktops, all of which come with a free 3-month subscription to Napster, 20 free downloads, and free shipping for a limited time. The 510T's got a fast Intel Pentium 4 processor with HT technology and a CD burner. With Dad's free Napster subscription, he's ready to rock with music, power, and performance. Call Gateway today.
At the Bud Light Institute, we're proud that our beer is made with all natural ingredients and is low in carbs. So few, in fact, it's easy to burn the carbs in one Bud Light. That's why we've created the Mini Treadmill 2010. Use your treadmill at home, on the town, even in the gym. And it stores conveniently away till you need to use it again. Order yours today. Fresh, smooth, real. Bud Light, it's all here.
There's just no limit to the great things and brings together. And now that includes an unlimited array of unlimited calling plans from AT&T. And can take you wherever you want to go, right from your home phone. Come together with and from AT&T.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
Well, 4 of the last 5 years and the last 3 in a row, a starting quarterback in the Super Bowl has been a veteran of the NFL Europe League. Kurt Warner, Brad Johnson, and Jake Delhomme all playing in the big game after getting an opportunity to get things started over here in NFL Europe. And what a comeback last year by Jake Delhomme and those Carolina Panthers during the regular season and in the Super Bowl as well. Hayden Epstein with the kickoff. That's a low one, scooped up by Jason Willis. But he lost the football. And Berlin did not recover. Frankfurt held on to it. Well, let's go to a third man, not necessarily in the booth, but in his home down in Charlotte, the aforementioned quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. Played the Super Bowl last year, Jake Delhomme, who made 2 trips over here to NFL Europe. How are you, Jake?
I'm doing very well. I'm just sitting down, enjoying the World Bowl.
Jake, the last time we saw you, last time the nation saw you, you were in Houston and you were flipping the ball all over the yard down there at Reliant Stadium. Looked like you're having a pretty good time right up until the end. Have you had a chance to even go back and watch that game, Jake? Did you want to watch? I know you're upset after the game, but what an opportunity.
Yeah, it was. Certainly I did go back and I've watched the film of that game. It took a while. I did watch it the day before we had our first mini camp in early May, and watched it. But really, the film, it's one of those games that you kind of can remember almost every single play in just great detail, just because it was a Super Bowl. So it's a game that certainly had a lot of fun in. It just didn't end the way we would have liked to end, but it's something that we're honored to play in the Super Bowl, but you know what? We need to see if we can get one game better here in Carolina.
Well, Jake, you say you're watching the game on TV. You see they actually overruled that call, and so Berlin now has the football. Ball on the 22-yard line, so a big turnover here by Frankfurt on the kickoff. I want to talk to you about the opportunities that you got here in Europe. That ball batted down. But, I mean, you're one of the guys who came over here first year, played behind Kurt Warner in Amsterdam, didn't get a lot of time or as much as you'd like. Came back over for his second season, took Frankfurt into the World Bowl.
Well, the thing was, I was sent over at the time by the New Orleans Saints to go over and play. Little did I know I was going to be on the same team with a decent quarterback in Kurt Warner. But then the next year I went back over to play and was able to play, and we had success as a team, and we won it all. But that's the biggest thing, being able to be on the field and play in the game. You can't teach that in practice, especially at the quarterback position.
Jake, when you were over here that second year in Frankfurt, you quarterbacked your team to the World Bowl championship in 1999. Do you remember that night, Jake, and how exciting that was for you, just much like the quarterbacks out here, Rowan David and J.T. O'Sullivan tonight?
Well, anytime you play for a championship, that's something you need to be proud of, and that's what I was most proud of. Pat Barnes and I were playing at the time for Frankfurt, and we played down in Dusseldorf, and were able to win the World Bowl against a pretty good Barcelona team who they were led by Todd Bowman, who's now the backup in New Orleans, and Lawrence Phillips was the running back. So, but anytime you win a championship, that's something you can't take that away from you.
That's a 40-yard field goal by Jonathan Ruffin, is now a 13-point Berlin lead.
Well, Jake, one of the backup quarterbacks there last year in New Orleans was J.T. O'Sullivan, who's going to get a chance here to bring a comeback here for Frankfurt tonight. What remember about J.T.? He called you big time the other day in our meeting with him, Jake. I mean, you're out there on the big screen, the Super Bowl. I know that you guys still talk and email with each other.
Definitely so. I'm certainly proud of him. We drafted him in New Orleans a couple of years ago, and I was able to spend his rookie season there my last year in New Orleans, and we became pretty close friends. And, the thing I was most impressed with JT was his knowledge of the game. He really came in, and we have at the time in New Orleans, it's a pretty sophisticated offense, and he picked it up rather quickly and really did a good job. He could just kind of play the game, and I've always followed him pretty close, and we stayed in touch throughout the year last year, talking after games, and certainly, he called me when he said he was coming to Frankfurt, and I've been following his season so far. Very proud of him. Know he's going through an extremely tough time right now, but JT, he knows he's there for a reason. That's to play football, and they need to get going a little bit right now. So I'm kind of excited to watch him start chunking every play from here on out.
Well, I know he calls you big time, but you certainly haven't become big time. We've known you since you were over here, and even though for the first time you're going to a season as a starting quarterback in the National Football League, big time, we appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys for having me, and it's funny JT calls me that, because certainly I don't consider myself that, but I do appreciate NFLEuropa for an opportunity to go out and play and help me hone my skills.
All right, thanks a lot, Jake.
Thank you, Jake.
That's Jake Delhomme, quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, and as I said, first time in his career he's going into a camp as the starting quarterback in the National Football League. And all because, or a lot of it, because of NFLEurope. Obviously, he took advantage, but got to start here.
Yeah, Jake started the season as a backup to Rodney Peete in that first game against Jacksonville a year ago. Down 17 points at halftime through 3 second-half touchdown passes to win it on the last play of that game and never relinquished that starting position.
Intercepted, thrown directly to Darryl Rideau, and big-time Buddy made a big-time mistake right there. J.T. O'Sullivan trying to lead the comeback, and instead throws his third interception.
Well, Jake alone can sympathize with him. I mean, Jake threw a lot of interceptions when he was over here. You learn from your mistakes. You know, you're down 13 points. You're trying to force a few balls to try and get that turnover, that comeback going. Rideau is looking at him the whole way. He's looking at that quarterback the entire time. That's his zone. Cover 2 zone, and the advantage of that cornerback in playing his zone, especially at 5'8", is you never take your eyes off the quarterback. And JT just wasn't accurate with that throw.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
Easy.
Corey Smith jumped, and he's pointing right at Dave Cadella, the left tackle. We'll see who the call's on.
Ball start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It's on Cadella, and I tell you, Baldy, the celebrations over here becoming more adventurous as we go along.
And creative. That's the defensive coordinator, Jim Tomsula. Head coach Rick Lance right there. And I think Rideau will keep that football. Get that one tagged and take it home with them this week as they all get ready to go back to camps and home and finish the season over here.
Ed Uremia Stansbury, the fullback, picks up a first down for the Thunder.
You know, one thing about this Berlin Thunder team is, you know, they all talked about it, that how quickly they came together as a team. And, you know, when you live together in a hotel for 3 straight months over here in Europe, you don't speak the language, and you struggle to get around on a train, you got to depend on one another. And this team came together in training camp in Tampa, and they never lost that feeling. In fact, these guys said that they're going to stay best friends throughout their life. They had that kind of experience here.
As a matter of fact, Rowan Davey told us he wishes there was some way they could all stay together for another year in the National Football League. They're together for one more quarter right now, though, as we head into the 4th quarter of World Bowl 12, the Thunder in charge.
NFLEurope is brought to you by Citgo. We know what drives you. And by the cola that makes everything better. Pepsi, it's the cola.
Too good to be true? Not during the Citgo $1 Million Great Gas Giveaway. We're giving away $1 million worth of gas. Just look for the prize patrol when you visit Citgo, or enter by mail, online, and every time you use your Citgo Plus card. You could win one of over 7,000 gas prizes. Citgo. Good gas, good neighbors.
I'll be ready to go in a minute.
Take your time. A vacuum. You like that, don't you? All right. Thirsty now, ain't you? Little Pepsi. Oh, man. Your vacuum cleaner ate my pants. There's nothing I could do.
Nothing chases chips like a Pepsi. It's the cola.
Get inside the game. The action. The sounds. The story. NFL Network presents Game of the Week. Dolphins battle the Colts Wednesday at 9, only on NFL Network.
Start of the final quarter in the championship game of NFLEurope. The Berlin Thunder, who went 9-1 during the regular season, in charge 23-10 as we get ready to start the 4th. Kurt Menefee along with Brian Baldinger coming to you live from Aufschaka Arena here in Gelsenkirchen, Germany. And the Thunder fans really into this one. Why not? Your team's up by 13 and looking to get more with the ball on the 17-yard line. Movement early.
Ball start. Offense, number 65. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
They called Troy Andrew for that one. All about the only thing that's been able to stop Berlin is either penalties or turnovers. Otherwise, they've moved the ball up and down the field all game, Baldy. Here's McCoot. Short pickup. Gain of about 2 yards on the play.
And they've gotten some good balance from Eric McCoot today. But it's been contributions from a lot of players all season long that has made this the team that they are.
You talked about living close together. I mean, that tends to either bring a team together or tear them apart because they're on top of one another. And this team has certainly seemingly been together all season long. I mean, they seem a really, really tight group. They need the 10 for the first. Davies got all kinds of time. Towards the end zone, thrown too high to an open Richard Alston, incomplete.
He's a little high with that throw, but it got there. I tell you, I mean, that's a hard throw for the quarterback. What kind of shoes are those?
Oh, it was ankle braces, and he may have twisted one of his ankles when he came down. And he's having trouble walking off the field.
Yeah, but the shoes, I mean, he's coming out of his shoes over here.
Well, he's got those low cuts.
Yeah. It's a bad-looking shoes, though.
Those are like cleats from 1953.
Yeah. You know, some players get attached to shoes and they'll give them up, but that's just a pair of shoes that's got to go in the shoebox. You got to get rid of those.
That's how you hurt an ankle.
He looks like he rolled right out of the shoe.
Please reset the clock to 14:09.
But he's got a smile on his face.
Well, because they can smell the championship.
Yes.
You know, and it doesn't matter how they get home. If you go home without your shoes with a twisted ankle, you're going to go home as a champion. That will supersede everything.
Jonathan Ruffin will attempt one from 38 yards out. That one is going to be wide right. So don't go anywhere yet. Frankfurt still within 2 touchdowns. Despite the missed field goal, the Thunder still holding on to the lead, looking to claim their 3rd championship in NFL Europe. World Bowl 12 on Fox is brought to you by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time. Well, a brat and a beer, very popular lunchtime menu here in Germany. Frankfurt Galaxy fans right now don't have much cause for celebration as their team in the championship game of NFL Europe came in as the defending champs, having won the World Bowl last year. But they're down by 13 right now to the Berlin Thunder, although Frankfurt will take it over after the missed field goal at the 28-yard line. O'Sullivan hands it off to Skip Hicks, and Hicks cuts it back. Penalty flags on the play after an 11-yard pickup by Hicks. There are all kinds of flags as there's a late shot as well. Drew Haddad thrown to the ground by one of the Berlin defenders, and that was after the initial penalty markers. Temper is starting to flare right now as the game on the verge of getting out of hand.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Personal foul, crackback, offense number 2, dead ball, personal foul, defense, the penalty's offset, replay first down.
And as they used to say in a schoolyard, it's a do-over. Both penalties cancel each other out, and they'll try it again from the 28-yard line, and Haddad obviously upset after being thrown to the ground, but J.T. O'Sullivan going to have another opportunity without losing any yards on that play. Ball on the 28-yard line. John Thomas O'Sullivan trying to lead his team to the comeback. Off the play fake. over the middle, finds Derek Lewis down at the 41-yard line. Hit hard by Scott Farley, but a nice pickup of 30 yards on the play. Let's pick up my partner, Brian Baldinger, who's standing by with a special guest.
That's right, Kurt. I'm here with the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, making his first visit here to Germany for NFL Europe, Mr. Arthur Blank. Arthur, first of all, welcome to Germany, and what's your first experience here of NFL Europe?
It was incredible. I mean, I'm thrilled we came. Last year we had a big debate about the NFL Europe program in the owners meeting. I wanted to come and see it for myself. We spent the day visiting a lot of stadiums. The stadiums are wonderful they're playing in. The fans are fabulous. And really, for the National Football League, in terms of game development, player evaluation, this is a wonderful program over here. And the whole atmosphere, the fans are fabulous. I mean, they see a lot of good football, and they have a wonderful time. So for me, it's a real winner. I'm very excited about being here.
And as far as player development right now, they've increased the roster size of the practice squad from 5 players to 8 players, so more players are going to get an opportunity right now to earn positions in the National Football League.
It's so important. You know, a lot of these guys, they're all very talented, and a lot of them just need, as you know, they need hand in the dirt. They got to play. They got to get repetitions, and you know, there's limits as to what we can do during the NFL season. So this gives them an opportunity to get that playing experience, and it gives us an opportunity to develop tape. And so all of the teams in the NFL can see these players. It really works out well. We have, you know, close to 300 players here that are allocated from the NFL, so it's really working out well for us.
And Mr. Blank, certainly a lot of excitement in Atlanta. All your Atlanta Falcon fans down there right now. We're going to get to see a new head coach, Jim Mora, come in this year.
We are excited about our new head coach, our coaching staff. We're excited about the addition of Rich McKay, our new president general manager. And we're excited about the players we picked up in free agency and draft. And we're excited number 7 has got his leg healed up. He's
Michael Vick.
Ready to come back and play football. Excited about him.
Well, he certainly puts a lot of excitement in the Georgia Dome down there in Atlanta, and getting him back healthy this year. Certainly, there's got to be a buzz going on in Atlanta right now.
There is. I mean, he's great for Atlanta, obviously, but he's also great for the National Football League. He's a very exciting player and it's a terrific young man. So we're excited to have a team of guys that are really terrific character guys and a very exciting football team. Mr. Blank, to see football soon.
Mr. Blank, thanks a lot for joining us here today. And I want to see you get down your knees to see how far you can throw the football as well.
I would love to do it. I don't think go very far, though. Thanks, Brian.
All right, Mr. Blank. Thank you for joining us. Kurt, take it away upstairs.
All right, Baldy. That putt down inside the 5. You missed the obvious question. We're indoors. Ask him what he thinks of the recessed lighting. Of course, he made his money with Home Depot, did Arthur Blank. Penalty marker down there on the play as well. As Blank, one of the exciting new guards taking over in the National Football League, and you heard how excited he is about his Falcon team and their new coach, Jim Mora.
After the play was over, personal foul, receiving team, number 80, pass the distance to the goal, Berlin keeps the ball, first down.
Too many personal fouls in this game as these players are starting to feel the season come to an end. Still 11:45 left to go in regulation.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light. And by AT&T. Now there's an unlimited number of ways to come together with and from AT&T.
Hey, Frankie, you know that race for president of beers?
Yeah?
Miller had to drop out. They're disqualified.
Why?
Well, as it turns out, Miller was bought by South African breweries. And you would have to be American to run for president of beers.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Miller ran all those commercials for nothing, huh?
What a shame.
Yeah.
But the spokesperson, he found a new job.
Oh, yeah? What's he going to do?
He's hosting a reality show called Shoes and Socks.
Oh, he should go far with that.
There's just no limit to the great things and brings together. And now that includes an unlimited array of unlimited calling plans from AT&T. And can take you wherever you want to go, right from your home phone. Come together with and from AT&T.
How much are you paying for internet service? $21? $23? Aren't you being charged too much? We think so. With People PC Online, you get unlimited internet access for only $10.95 a month. Go to peoplepc.com now to try us free for 30 days and compare us with your current ISP. With People PC Online, you get internet service for less than half of what the big guys cost. And that's just the beginning. You also get more local access numbers than AOL. Plus a smart dialer that automatically chooses the fastest, most reliable number. So you always get the best connection. All for just $10.95 a month. Try People PC Online free for 30 days and see for yourself. Go to peoplepc.com for a quick 3-minute download of our easy-to-use software. Or call 1-800-748-8075. People PC Online, a better way to internet.
Patriots QB Drew Bledsoe threw 3 second-half touchdowns in a thrilling comeback. A full 2-hour game presentation. Patriots Colts, tomorrow at 8 on NFL Replay.
Well, the Berlin Thunder hoping that they're less than 12 minutes away from the World Bowl title. It would be the organization's third in the last 4 years. Right now, they own a 13-point lead over the defending champion, Frankfurt Galaxy, here in World Bowl 12, live from Gelsenkirchen, Germany. After the penalty, ball's on the 2-yard line. Here's Eric McCoo. Through a hole, tripped up, will pick up about 10 yards. And, you know, we sent Brian Baldinger down to interview Falcons owner Arthur Blank, and for some reason, Baldy, we can't get you back up here.
Well, I got distracted, Kurt. I'm down here in a beer garden here, a true German beer garden. Wie geht es Ihnen?
Sorry, I don't know.
No, she doesn't even speak English. German, English here. Now I'm just learning how to draw a beer right here. You got to have the perfect head on the beer right here. It's served very, very cold. We've got fans all over the place here. Try one out over here. Yeah. So I'm just busy down here, Kurt, because they were understaffed. And they couldn't handle all of the fans that are down here right now trying to get refreshment. So I'm just sort of taking over right now. I'm working my way back to the booth. I may take a detour or two, but I do see some other dignitaries that have arrived, and I'm sort of drawing them attention here. Well, this will happen in Germany.
I know it's bad when you ask a young lady a question in what you think is German, and she tells you she doesn't speak English. So apparently your translation didn't exactly work there, did it?
She said I have to speak German slowly, so wie geht es Ihnen?
Gut, gut.
Sehr gut. Ah, I see. And then you ask me a question in German.
Gefällt Ihnen hier in der Arena?
Gut, sehr gut. See, yeah. And how do we do here? How do we do? So. Oh, no. Oh, from the side, of course. Yes. It's a German specialty here. It's good health food. It really is.
It's considered health food here in Germany, trust me.
Yeah.
I thought in your days at Duke you would have learned how to pour beer.
Well, you know, every time you come to a stadium here in Germany, Kurt, you learn different things. You know, you see some good football, you see some fans, and then you see the enjoyment of the fans as well. So it's all very good at this point.
Okay, Baldy, work your way back up.
Interference. Offense number 83. Pass it into the goal. Beat second down.
I got a feeling, though, Baldy may not make it back directly, considering the last time he stopped off at a beer garden. But who knows? Lots of places to stop off in this stadium, and as you heard Arthur Blank say, one of the more beautiful facilities you will see. Retractable roof, the field rolls in and out on rollers. As a matter of fact, as you take a look at the roof, it's closed because of thunderstorms all day long here in the Gelsenkirchen area. But that field that rolls in and out, I was talking with Michael Bidwell, the son of the owner, Bill Bidwell, of the Arizona Cardinals, and he says this is a lot like the stadium that they will have open in Arizona in 2006. The field will come in and out on rollers so that they can have concerts and other events and not ruin the grass field, but also that the rooftop will open to that Arizona sunshine on days it's not too hot. There's Eric McCoo picking up a couple of yards. And McCoo is a guy who's really turned it on of late, as his team really marching towards a championship. Lost one game all season, did Berlin. They lost it to the Cologne Centurions, and it came on a play with 1 second left at the end of regulation. Otherwise, they would have been perfect, and Rowan Davey told us how much that sticks in their craw, because they know no team in NFL Europe League history has ever finished with a perfect season. They need the 12. Ryan Brewer gets it out to the 15, and the Thunder will be able to run some more clock. Let's go back and see how much closer Brian Baldinger is to making it back to the booth. Baldy?
Well, right now I'm standing with Carl Peterson, the president of the Kansas City Chiefs, one of the great supporters of NFL Europe over the years. Certainly a number of starters on your team right there. Dante Hall, maybe the most exciting player this year in the National Football League, started right here in Europe.
He did, and now he's played in the second Pro Bowl, and we had another guy, Gary Stills, who was in the Europe League, and we have 9 of 53 players who started in the National Football League Europe League, and they owe their careers to this. So obviously we are real proponents of, we think, something very important to the NFL.
Carl, thanks for joining us here today. Enjoy the rest of the game, and we'll take it to commercial right now and come back and join the rest of World Bowl 12.
I moved to Earthlink because I need answers fast.
Hurry, I think it's gonna fall off.
I moved to Earthlink because I need to stay ahead of things around here.
Speed up your internet with Earthlink Dial-Up featuring Earthlink Accelerator. Call 1-800-839-2988 and get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price. Web pages load up to 5 times faster than regular dial-up, so you get what you want faster. You also get tools to help block all the stuff you don't, like pop-ups and spam.
I moved to Earthlink to keep up with him.
Get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price. Call, go online, or visit these retailers. Move to Earthlink. It revolves around you.
The Cowboys' life is pretty much just whatever it takes to get it done. Get sun up to sundown.
Can't put it into words what we're going to go through. It's all day just grinding, trying to make it.
There's so much expectation because of the history.
It's a hard knock life playing NFL football, period. You're going to have the pain. Pain's going to come.
Some guys aren't going to make it. There's only going to be 53 at the end.
You've reached Jack Conrad. I'm out of town. If you need to reach me this weekend,
I'll be traveling back to the Victorian era to invent a sewer system to save London.
so leave a message and...
Witnessed one of the biggest sewage disasters. It was the worst disease outbreak since the plague, until one man's invention saved a city in crisis. Sewers of London, tonight at 9 on the National Geographic Channel. Channel 276.
With DirecTV pay-per-view, you get more than just the newest movies on television. With up to 60 titles a month in digital quality picture and sound, you never need to rewind or return them. And with the DirecTV DVR, you can watch, pause, and rewind your pay-per-view movie whenever it suits you. Tune to Channel 105 for a complete list of titles, or sign on to our website. DirecTV pay-per-view. Entertainment has never been so convenient.
Thunder still on top. Frankfurt trying to do the comeback thing. They've got the ball to start in Berlin territory on the 49-yard line and looking to stage a comeback if they can behind the arm of J.T. O'Sullivan, the quarterback from the New Orleans Saints. O'Sullivan to the air. Out to Drew Haddad, and Haddad will pick up 11 yards in the first down, and we pick up Baldy again.
All right, Kurt, I didn't say Auf Wiedersehen yet to Carl Peterson, the president of the Kansas City Chiefs, who's been coming over here for a number of years. But really, it's about player development, and there's a little bit of a sloppy game here today, but we've seen some good football and some excellent football players being developed over here, Carl.
We really have, and each year it's gotten better, the quality of play, the quality of coaching, and now our players want to come. I mean, they really do. They know this can enhance their career. We put 14 guys in this year, 8 of them are in this championship game. It's an experience that is only going to enhance their opportunities in the NFL. So, you know, and thank you and the Fox for how much you do to support this league. It's something that's here and here to stay, and it's going to just get better and better.
Well, I think players have to play, Carl, and that's the big thing. And so you guys have developed a number of players. We talked about Brian Waters at guard for you, and Gary Stills, the linebacker, Dante Hall. And I think the thing is right now that these players, when they come over here, they come with a mission. They come with a real purpose.
They do. They know that their guys been here that you just named that have had success. Mike Maslowski is the leading tackler here a number of years ago, starting middle linebacker for the Chiefs. They know that if they put in the time and make it qualitative, and they know they get an opportunity to play. You know that. You've got to play to get better, that they're going to get better, and that's what makes it exciting. And the other thing is that people here in Europe are taking to it. It's a great crowd today, enthusiastic. You know, we love it.
And now national players are coming over. You've got a national player coming over to Kansas City to join you. A little bit about who that is and where he came from.
Well, his name is Robert Fleckinger. He's from Germany, actually, but he's with Scotland this year. Our national player from last year is Benetka, starting defensive tackle here for...
National players are getting better. The players over here, the football's getting better over here in Europe.
And that's what we want them to do. And this year we're going to have 4 national players stay the entire season on a practice squad. It'll only enhance them.
Carl, thanks a lot for joining us here today. And I'll let you get out of here now. I'll say Auf Wiedersehen officially here, Carl. Carl Peterson from the Kansas City Chiefs. Kirk, back up to you.
All right, Baldy, thank you. And Mr. Peterson, and you talked about how much the Chiefs have supported this league. And they continue to. 4th down right now. Frankfurt obviously going for it. O'Sullivan completes it, and then it's dropped. Chad Hayes, and they call it an incompletion. Jason Kazar, I believe, was the one that blew him up when he had it. So Frankfurt will turn it over on downs. 4th quarter action from World Bowl 12. The Thunder getting closer to a championship.
Rising to the occasion in Super Bowl 19, the San Francisco 49ers met the Miami Dolphins head-on. While the Dolphins held the lead at the end of the first quarter, the 49er offense dominated for the remainder of the game. Selected as the game's most valuable player, San Francisco quarterback Joe Montana completed 24 of 35 passes for 331 yards and 3 touchdowns, 2 of which were taken into the end zone by running back Roger Craig. The 49ers shut out the Dolphins in the second half and wrapped up the game to win their 2nd Super Bowl.
I've always felt like the word coach and teacher were interchangeable.
Let's go find it together now. Here we go. Start putting that passion into it.
If a good chewing out serves a purpose, then you got to be able to do it.
Son, when it's 3rd and 5, you can't be running a dodge route at 3 yards. What good does that do us?
You don't follow dog acts, you don't follow children, and you don't follow Ray Lewis when you get introduced into a stadium, because there's no way I'm going to top that.
In their own words, presents Brian Billick, Tuesday at 9.
As soon as we are done here in Germany, Fox Saturday Baseball comes your way. The Dodgers make their first ever visit to Fenway, while Barry Bonds and the Giants go to Camden Yards for the first time. That's all following our World Bowl coverage right here on Fox. Oh, Rowan Davey and the Thunder take over on downs right at the 30. That's the pitch to Eric McCoo, and McCoo threw a hole down a sideline. Over the 100-yard mark and all the way for the score. That one just might be the capper. Eric McCoo, who had the rough start to the day, fumbled twice in the first quarter, coming through with a 69-yard run for the touchdown. The longest run in World Bowl history puts the Thunder in firm control as they go up by 20 points with under 6.5 left to play. You talk about redemption, here's a chance, and this is on his 23rd carry of the day. He's now got 156 yards rushing and just continues the great play he had down the stretch. Averaged 160 yards of total offense per game in his last 4 games. Won the rushing title, led the league in total yardage, and now with a little Superman pose, basically hands his team the championship game. Young man who was a backup at the beginning of the season behind Ray Jackson. Jackson was injured week 6. And McCoo just took over down the stretch. Going back to the Philadelphia Eagles, and yes, there is competition there, but Andy Reid has been very proud of what McCoo has been able to do this season, and why not, especially the way he finished. $156 yards rushing, another 23 receiving for 179 total yards, and he's already got the World Bowl rushing record. Here's Hayden Epstein of the Denver Broncos. Hugo Lira, who had that 63-yard return last time, finds a seam again. But Aaron Boone stops him right at the 35-yard line. Well, now the task obviously much tougher. Now these Berlin Thunder fans beginning to feel it. J.T. O'Sullivan down by 20 points right now. Needs a monumental comeback, but right now he's just hoping to finish the season with a good feeling, while the Thunder fans are feeling good already. Ball on the 36-yard line. Let's see what this is about.
Timeout. Berlin.
Well, there you go. The Thunder call the timeout.
Timeout.
Their first timeout of the second half. They couldn't get the right defense in there that they wanted to face O'Sullivan, who had a long day looking at the defense put out by Jim Tomsula. There you see in the middle of your screen, who is the defensive coordinator of this Berlin Thunder staff. His first year over here after spending 5 years in Scotland as a defensive line coach. And he's a young guy who, at the age of 32 years old, we expect to see someday in the National Football League as a coach. Well, Brian Baldinger has been taking the slow route back to the booth. Let's see where he is right now. Baldy?
Kurt, there are no dignitaries from the NFL in this section. This is the fan section of the Berlin Thunder. And I'm telling you, 1,500 strong came on a train today to cheer their team on to their 3rd World Bowl in 4 years. And as you can see, this celebration is not going to end here in the stadium today, Kurt.
Don't let them know you also work in the beer garden now, or they'll have you bringing them beers.
Well, that's why they're all excited to see me. I brought them all beers. You know, and that sort of fueled them here a little bit. They got the whistles going.
Defense number 26. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first
got the hat on right here. We got flags. What the heck you got here? What is this thing? I mean, what kind of noise are you making here with this? A little bit crazy. Yeah. Taking my picture. This is football. This is what the fans come to see. This is what they're waiting for, Kurt, in the National Football League. They can't get enough. They can't get their fill.
I don't think Baldy's getting his fill. We may not ever get him back up here. Here's O'Sullivan out to Derek Lewis. A couple of moves, and Lewis finds himself in Berlin territory. I tell you, between the beer garden and the crazy fans, Baldy may not ever make it back to the booth.
Well, Kurt, you know, the best way to travel in Europe, especially when you're celebrating like this, is by train. It's the safest means. Don't get behind the wheel. And they all came by train from Berlin today. I mean, they started early this morning, and it's going to go way late tonight. But I tell you what, they're going to have themselves a good time, because I think they recognize that this Berlin team we're watching today, although the play's been sloppy, probably the best team ever to play in Europe. in 12 years, this is probably the best team. I think the fans are smart enough to recognize this as they start the thunder cheers right here. These fans are knowledgeable. They know what's going on the field, Kurt. They've learned. 12 years of watching it over here right now, they understand what it takes. And it kind of reminds me of those New England Patriot fans in the playoffs. Yeah, see? Well, we'll wear that. Yeah. Remember in those cold weather games, Tennessee and Indianapolis up in Foxborough? These fans would come to cold weather like that. They're true fans. Hardy.
Baldy, something tells me it's not the train ride here that was so much fun. It's the one going back, where the party will be.
That thing now might take a little while to take off, but once it takes off, I think the singing, I don't know how my cameraman just got here because I climbed that fence to get up here. But, you know, in order to have a good end zone shot, you got to have a good cameraman. And, yeah. All right. I tell you, I think these fans like Gelsenkirchen.
I'll tell you what, if you keep winning championships, wherever you go is going to be a fun town, as Berlin is finding out. And Berlin, the newest franchise in NFLEurope, if you will, they've only been in existence 6 years, but this will be their 3rd championship. And, you know, we talked about the job being done by Jim Tomsula there on the left, but, you know, he's a young guy who is looking for an opportunity. In this league, as much as we talk about players that have come out of this league, there have been several coaches that have come out of NFLEurope and gone on to a coaching career in the National Football League.
Well, Kurt, you know, I mean, Jim Haslett came out of this league, and he's all about defense. And today, I thought it was Berlin's defense. Really, more than the coveted #1 offense in this league, I thought it was their defense today that kept them in the game during the turnovers and gave them a chance, putting pressure on J.T. O'Sullivan all day. I think these fans recognize what kind of defense they've played as Drew Haddad goes in for a touchdown.
Well, as soon as you talk defense, Haddad breaks away from a tackle and goes in for the 17-yard score. It shows you how big that last touchdown by McCoo was, making a 20-point lead instead of the 13-point edge they had. Haddad, a former member of the Indianapolis Colts, trying to work his way back into the National Football League as Ralph Kleinman's extra point moves it back to a 13-point game with 4:05 left to play.
I'm going to tell you, I thought about doing an interview down here, PT, but things have changed, Kurt. Things have changed in television, and these fans should not be interviewed. But I think that their celebration should continue. I think right now is probably a good time for me to get out of this end zone before something really begins to happen.
You couldn't get better seats in the end zone, Baldy?
It's a good view here, Kurt. It's a good view of all the pageantry here today. Over 40,000 people inside this very modern stadium here in Gelsenkirchen. We're going to have World Cup soccer here in 2 years. So, no, I mean, we're on a grass field here. We're indoors. We're out of the rain. And look, I mean, we got a dominant team out there on the field that wants to begin celebrating here, although Drew Haddad in that touchdown right now kind of keeps them involved in this game. Probably look for some kind of an onside kick right here.
Exactly. That's what Berlin is doing. They're a little concerned that Ralph Kleinman may come out and attempt the onside kick. He's normally the short kicker for extra points and field goals under 30 yards. And right now he's lined up to kick this thing off. And they appear to be lining up for the onside kick. Remember, it has to hit the ground and go 10 yards unless a Berlin member touches it first. There's the bounce, and Berlin recovers on the 41-yard line. Aaron Boone sucks it in. Baldy, what do you got going now?
Well, Kurt, you know, these fans are celebrating the fact that they just covered that onside kick. They understand the game, but talk about this stadium. You know, this field grows their grass outside. It's on a hydraulic system. It takes about 6 hours for the grass to go from outside to inside. And the field was out on Thursday night when Metallica was in concert. But then they bring the field inside to play the football game. So the grass grows outside, gets played on inside. So it's the most modern facility in all of Germany.
First down for Owen Davey and the Thunder. Eric McCoo trying to add to his rushing totals. And, well, you talked about Metallica being in this building a couple of nights ago. The defensive line coach, DeMarco Farr, came over. He says it's the 4th time on this tour he's seen him, as you can see some of the numbers from this stadium, which opened just 3 years ago and cost $180 million at the time when the euro and the dollar were a little bit more even than they are right now.
Well, Kurt, you know, down here, I see a championship trophy being hoisted. That's the Bundesliga champion. It's got a football on it. I mean, they're playing football throughout Germany right now. It's a contagious spirit. And as much as they love soccer, they're really learning to appreciate and love the American game.
Well, right now, we've got another penalty down on the field, and you've got to appreciate the job that DeMarco Farr has done coming over here and coaching in his first season and getting to enjoy the culture as well, going to see. I mean, when I saw him, I heard he went to a Metallica concert. I said, I can't believe you went to see them.
Back. Offense number 83.
Well, he's gone to see him 4 times on the tour.
That's what's amazing about it. It's not just the first time, 4 times on the same tour. And he said his hearing was okay the next day.
Yeah, you know, he could, because he was involved in meetings all day with Rick Lance and Jim Tomsula and that defensive staff. And really, you know, DeMarco Farr, part of this league is developing coaches. And that's what DeMarco Farr on that sideline, along with Reggie McElroy, who's working with the offensive line, have had a chance to do. And look for both those names coaching in the NFL in the next year or two, because they understand that that's what they want to do. They're committed to it for life right now, and this league has given them that opportunity.
Well, this league has also given a lot of different guys an opportunity to move in and become a coach in the National Football League. You see Reggie McElroy, former New York Jet, former Philadelphia Eagle, played many years in the league, and this his second season has really helped develop this offensive line of the Thunder. Right now, Rowan Davey looking at a long second down. McCoo once again will pick up about a yard on the play.
Timeout. Frankfurt. First team timeout. 30 seconds.
Galaxy trying to find ways to elongate this game. 3 minutes left. They call the timeout. That's Amp Lee, another former NFL player, now working as an assistant. Baldy?
Well, I'm just taking a look, and I'm just watching Rowan Davey, you know, a guy that I think grew up over here this season in his 11th game here. He's the undisputed leader of this football team. Talked about how much he learned from Tom Brady. You know, he played for Nick Saban at LSU, who won a national championship this year. And he said, really, he's gotten great coaching at every step. Nick Saban at LSU, Bill Belichick in New England, now Rick Lance right here. And, you know, he told me, you know, you don't get that chance to win championships very often. And when you do, you can't let anything slip through the cracks. And so he's held his focus throughout last week when it was a meaningless game to this week. He said he did not want to leave without the ring. In fact, guys like DeMarco Farr and Rick Lance, guys who have won championships, wear their rings all year. The other thing that Rowan Davey said was he was on the field this year for the Super Bowl, throwing the ball around in Reliance Stadium in Houston, and he said everybody that plays football should get that experience of being in the atmosphere of a Super Bowl. And I think it's one of the things that fueled him here for the World Bowl this year, and to go back to New England this year, and to compete for the #2 job backing up Tom Brady.
Well, there have been 14 players who have won both Super Bowl and World Bowl rings. Davey trying to add his name to that list. Ryan Brewer on the carry, but of course he's not the only Patriot in this game. Jamil Soriano, the right guard for Berlin, the wide receiver Chaz Gessner, also from the Patriots. So 3 more New England Patriots could be added to the list of players who have won both World Bowl and Super Bowl rings. Well, for those of you watching in South Florida who decided to come in from the sunshine just a little bit, welcome aboard. We're live from Gelsenkirchen, Germany. Championship game of NFLEurope, the Berlin Thunder, who finished the regular season at 9-1 in firm control with 3:05 left to play, punting it away. Hayden Epstein kicks it off to Drew Haddad. Haddad takes it at the 6. He's got room, and the kicker to beat. Epstein makes a nice tackle to save a touchdown. Frankfurt not ready to go quietly into that good night just yet. As soon as we are done here in Germany, Fox Saturday Baseball comes your way. Dodgers, Red Sox, Mets, and Royals, and the Giants and Orioles. And the boys of summer begin to kick it into high gear with interleague play. That's coming your way next, right here on Fox. Oh, J.T. O'Sullivan in this Frankfurt Galaxy offense trying to get a quick score, down by 13. O'Sullivan going up big. He's got Jason Lewis covered by Scott Farley, and there's a penalty flag as well. This may be the break that the Galaxy need.
That's interference. Defense number 36. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
And it is called on Farley. Jim Tomsula, defensive coordinator, doesn't like that. Puts the ball down inside the 20. And Farley going up against Jason Willis, and you can see what he's guilty of mostly. It looks like he never looked back for the football. Yeah, half-hearted effort, but just reached up there. You have to look back and make an attempt to catch the football, or else it's pass interference. Here's O'Sullivan being chased. Israel Adonijay gets him. He gets away. Still alive is Sullivan. Going towards the end zone. Derek Lewis for the touchdown, and Frankfurt's still in it. What a play by J.T. O'Sullivan to keep that alive. And at the same time, keeps the Frankfurt hopes alive. Second touchdown of the day for Derek Lewis. Both coming from his New Orleans Saint teammate J.T. O'Sullivan, and Ralph Kleinman gets the extra point, and all of a sudden Frankfurt's within 6 with 2.5 left. Derek Lewis, 9 catches, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. J.T. O'Sullivan refusing to give up. His team was down 30 to, what was it? Maybe I should check first. 30 to 20. I knew it was 30 to 10. It was 20 points was the lead here in the fourth quarter after Eric McCoo scored from 69 yards out. Berlin led 30 to 10, but right now, thanks to O'Sullivan, his legs, his arm, and more importantly, his heart, keeping his team in it. They get the touchdown to Derek Lewis, and it's a 6-point ball game. What an effort by O'Sullivan, finding Lewis, who was all alone in the end zone for his second score. And now Frankfurt's lined up for another onside attempt. It's Ralph Kleinman to do it. Dribbles it. And instead it will roll out of bounds. So it'll be good field position for the Berlin Thunder, who'll need to pick up a first down or two to try and prevent Frankfurt from having an opportunity to go ahead late in this ball game. Well, due to contractual obligations to Major League Baseball, the conclusion of the World Bowl will air on FX. On Fox, stay tuned for Fox Saturday Baseball, Game of the Week. And to watch the conclusion of the World Bowl, turn to FX after the 2-minute warning. We will stay with you until then, as Major League Baseball will take over the network, but we look like we might have a pretty good finish here at World Bowl 12. Berlin will take it over. Ball on the 47-yard line. As we said, they need to pick up a couple of first downs, or at least one, as Frankfurt can still stop the clock. Plus they have a 2-minute warning.
2-3-1.
Davey hands it off. Eric McCoo, and McCoo brought down at the 49-yard line. Frankfurt holding on to that one timeout they have left, going to use the 2-minute warning to stop the clock for the first time. or maybe not.
Timeout. Frankfurt, third and final timeout. 30 seconds timeout.
So Frankfurt does stop the clock one more time. They'll have the 2-minute warning as they try and prevent Berlin from getting a first down. And if they can get this ball back down by 6, all of a sudden they could come back from 20 points in the hole here in the fourth quarter to defend their World Bowl championship. J.T. O'Sullivan, the quarterback, showing all kinds of heart after missing the previous 2 games, the last 2 games of the regular season here in NFL Europe. Had to go back to the States due to the death of his father. Came back, struggled at the beginning of this ball game. His team got in a big hole, but he's led him back to at least challenge here down the stretch. Rowan Davey, the offensive MVP of NFL Europe, trying to put this one away for his team. Here's Eric McCoo. McCoo still fighting. It's going to be about 3 yards shy of the first down and bring up a third down. Now, as we get towards the 2-minute warning here, we remind you that the conclusion of this game can be seen on FX. Switch over there if you want to watch the final 2 minutes of World Bowl 12. The rest of you will get Major League Baseball coming your way on Fox right after this.
The undefeated Miami Dolphins marched into Super Bowl VII needing a win to clinch a perfect 17-0 season. The Redskins' only score was made by their defense after spoiling a field goal attempt by the Dolphins' Garo Yepremian. But with only 2 minutes remaining, as Miami became the only NFL team to go undefeated for an entire season. The following year, the reigning world champion Dolphins took on the Minnesota Vikings in Super Bowl VIII. Again, Miami kept their opponents scoreless until the final quarter. Larry Zonka rushed for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns to help his Dolphins to back-to-back Super Bowl wins.
Fact. Scientists now know there are 3 major causes of male hair loss. Fact. The newly patented Follicare hair growth and restoration system is the first product that fights all 3 of these hair killers. Fact. In testing by an independent lab, 100% of men using Follicare grew new hair in just 8 weeks. That's right.
55 to order now. Follicare is easy, it's patented, and it works. Don't wait. Call 1-800-864-8155 or visit Follicare.com and get started today.
2003 was a season of battles won and lost. Each team reviewed in its own half-hour show. AFC North Team Highlights start Wednesday at 8 on NFL Network.
Well, we welcome you to NFL Europe, the championship game, World Bowl 12, here on FX now. And a big thank you to the folks at the FX Network for allowing us to show the conclusion of this game while Major League Baseball takes over on Fox. Berlin owning a 6-point lead on third down. Davey out to Jeremiah Stansbury, and he picks up the first. That was huge, Baldy.
Well, Kurt, with that last first down by Rowan Davey, the league's MVP, the air just went out of the balloon on the sidelines of Frankfurt. Had all the suspense, all the drama. I see right now, J.T. O'Sullivan just got up. He was looking for one more opportunity. Guys of Frankfurt right now knowing that basically all Berlin has to do is take a knee, and they can run this clock out. The suspense was here all the way to the end for the World Bowl trophy, and I think all O'Sullivan wanted was one more opportunity with the ball.
And Rowan Davey, the quarterback from the New England Patriots, MVP of the offense here in NFL Europe this year, will lead his team to a World Bowl championship. As the Berlin Thunder will run out the clock. Frankfurt out of timeouts, can't stop it. And so nothing left for Davey to do but take a knee a couple of times, and the Thunder will officially be crowned champions of World Bowl 12. wins its third World Bowl title in the last 4 years after going 9-1 in the regular season under first-year head coach Rick Lance. And yes, celebrations are due on the Berlin sideline.
Well, Kurt, the celebration has begun. It's erupting on the Berlin sideline right now. Rowan Davies is going to take a knee right here, and he's going to feel like he just passed the test, as this whole team did. They came over this year for a mission to win it all. They lost by, on the last play of one game, otherwise the unblemished record for Rowan Davies, who won his last 15 games for the New England Patriots in the win 10 out of 11 here. Winning 26 of the last 27 is pretty good football.
All right, Baldy, so Berlin officially wins the ball game. Rick Lance in his first year as a head coach wins a championship. Mike Jones in his first year as a head coach comes 6 points short. Well, for those of you who were watching the movie The One on the FX network, we'll get you back for the conclusion of it. You won't miss a thing just as soon as we are done here at World Bowl 12. But Berlin's the one, the #1 team in NFL Europe right now, as they clinch their third championship in the last 4 years. 30-24 the final. Eric McCoo with a huge day, both running and receiving for the Berlin Thunder. 167 yards rushing, and his 69-yard touchdown gave them the 20-point lead in the fourth quarter that Frankfurt was unable to overcome. Well, we expected a high-scoring game between the two highest-scoring offenses in NFL Europe, and we got 54 points out of it. 10-10 halftime score turned into a high-powered second half, and especially here in the fourth quarter. We'll be back with more post-game celebration, including the trophy presentation as the Berlin Thunder win World Bowl 12 here in Germany.
I watch football in the springtime. I watch football in the fall. Oh, I watch football in the winter when it drizzles. I watch football in the summer when it sizzles, baby. I love football every moment of the year. I love football. My, oh my, do I love football. NFL Network's here, baby. Ooh, yeah.
The charm, the swing, the swagger, the singer. Dino.
Like the fellow once said, ain't that a kick in the head?
Dino, the essential Dean Martin. 30 classic songs from one of America's most beloved superstars, including Ain't That a Kick in the Head, You're Nobody Till Somebody Loves You.
You're nobody till somebody loves you.
Everybody loves somebody.
Everybody loves somebody sometime.
That's Amore.
And the stars make it blue just like pasta fazool. That's Amore.
Mambo Italiano, and many more.
Mambo Italiano, hey, hey, Mambo.
30 essential hits on one CD for the first time ever. To order Dino, the essential Dean Martin, call the number on your screen or order online at Dino30hits.com. $18.98 plus $4.95 shipping and handling. Call now for rush delivery.
Well, the Berlin Thunder capture World Bowl 12, 30-24 over the Frankfurt Galaxy as we bring you the post-game celebration here on the FX network. And for those of you that were watching the movie The One, we will get you to the conclusion of that one just as soon as we are done here. You won't miss a thing. We'll pick it up right where we left off. But last we left Brian Boldinger, he was down on the sideline. Right now, he's in the middle of that celebration down there with the World Bowl champion Thunder. Boldy?
Well, Kurt, from the fans to the MVP of World Bowl 12, Eric McCoo. And Eric, you talked about how quickly this team came together early in training camp. And this was the mission, to win this World Bowl this year. How does it feel?
Oh, it feels great. And this will be my first championship ever on any team. And what better to do it than with this team? I mean, these are the closest group of guys I've been with since high school. So it feels great.
And what an opportunity that NFL Europe gave you this year. Last year being released by a couple of teams, joining the Philadelphia Eagles, come over here to really restart your career.
Man, this is a great opportunity for me. I made the most of it, I think. And, you know, I'm just thankful that they sent me here, and I'm thankful for the Berlin Thunder giving me the opportunity to be here.
Eric, congratulations. Enjoy the celebration with the rest of your team.
I will do.
All right, Kurt, take it back upstairs here.
All right, we mentioned in his last 4 games of the regular season, McCoo averaged 160 total yards. He bettered that today with 190. 167 on the ground, another 23 receiving. And he is the MVP of World Bowl 12. Oh, Rowan Davey was the regular season offensive MVP. And he's standing by with our Brian Baldinger right now.
Yeah, I'm standing by with the big man that we've talked an awful lot about today, Rowan Davey. And Rowan, look, you came over here and you said this was going to be your test. You studied for 2 years in New England. You thought you needed to learn a lot. You put it to use here. How was the test? How'd you finish?
We passed. We passed with flying colors. You know, we had 5 turnovers in the first half, had another one in the second half. But we've been doing, you know, we've been overcoming all year. And it was just another test today, and we overcame and got the win, and that's all that matters right now.
Well, Ron, you told us you were the MVP of the league this year, and you felt like you should cut that trophy up and share it with all your teammates because of how close a team this is.
Definitely. That's what we did. We went in at halftime and we talked about it. We're a very close-knit team, man. To be able to come together like this in 4 months and it looked like we've been together for 2 years, you know, it's just unbelievable the way the guys took ownership in the second half and just got it done. And he ran like a madman, so that helped.
Well, enjoy the celebration tonight. Good luck in New England this year, Rowan. Look forward to watching you. All right, Kurt, take it back upstairs here.
All right, Baldy. Obviously an excited group of Thunder fans, and why not? Their team's champions of World Bowl 12, 30-24 the final over the Frankfurt Galaxy. Here on FX, the conclusion of the movie The One is next. We thank you for joining us. Look forward to seeing you again over on Fox.